Okay, I wasn't on the screen. I I apologize for being late. Uh, I Everything was going haywire this morning. I spilled my coffee. I had to pick up my coffee, make sure everything wasn't sticky from where my coffee, a whole big tumbler of coffee had spilled. Saucy wasn't cooperating. She took 500 sniffs of everything in the area before she decided to lay down her golden urine. It like it is real gold. I thought it took a little while, but I am so sorry for being this late. I'm sorry for being late at all. I don't want you guys to don't think that I appreciate you guys. I see. Thank you for getting a membership, Indigo. I appreciate that so much. Ain't no pressure. How are you doing? Detroit 313, Linda B. Thank you for doing that. Hey, a viewers of you. A viewers of you. I got a bone to pick with you, viewers of you. See, we're gonna have an ongoing. We're gonna have me and viewers of you gonna have a back and forth. Good morning, Noah. Good morning, King Nina. Click in a view. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your click. And I hope you stay and actually view what we have going on this morning. Viewers of you. Okay, my thing with you is my last live for members only. You were in and out, and I thought you would have had a good time being a contestant on our show. So we did a members live last week. Uh, Good morning, Very Curie, my mod, and Very Carey was not there either, but I understand Very Carey. But we had a good time. We played Are You Smarter Than the Fifth Date? Like, what is wrong with my tongue? Are you excuse me? Are you smarter than a fifth grader? And we had a good time. So, cash prizes, a cash prize, uh, winner takes all type of thing. It was hilarious and it was such good fun. Oh, thank you. Someone gave me a good thank you, Liz. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have not been able to get to my screen where I can give a cash back a heart for a cash app that I receive. I can see it I can see it that it gives me a text message, but when you go on to respond with a smart little message or a heart, I am unable to get to that screen. So thank you. I appreciate you. Good morning, T. Evans. Auntie Donna, I know you can hear me now. I know that I was messing up this morning. And every time I get flustered or something like that, it's inevitably going to make me come on, forget to press a button, forget to do something. Please, you think I'm a brand new, I would be on it by now, put it that way. Kingsmina, did I speak to you? Okay. Now, good morning, Ronnie Q, beautiful Moz Chad. Damn it, Ronnie Q, I hit the wrong option on the polls. Talking to my coworkers, I want to be more schools filled dearly, and that she is slow. Speaking of be more schools, when we played Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, Miss Toby was one of our contestants, and that's where I even get that phrase from, because I would never say that about well, actually, Brooke said that about herself. Miss Toby said, "I'm going to say like Brooke," and every time Miss Toby missed a question, it reminded me of that. So we had good fun. Maybe maybe we will play it in an open live if you guys are interested. If you guys want to do a game, let us know. Good morning, Bird. Indigo. Southern Nobleman, it's always good to see you. A Views of You, it's always good to be fighting with you. And I want to see a Views of You participate in one of our games. So girl, hey Ronnie, mods in chat, girl. Good morning, Miss Renee. Okay, I'll be listening while driving. Okay, Charlie, thank you for being here. Okay, so let's get into what is happening, girl. What is going on with these folks? Ooh, Nessa A, how are you doing? Good morning, Spicy Dicey. Spicy Dicey, we had a great Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader uh members only live, and you weren't there, girl. We had so much fun. So I hope to see you there on the next one as well. Okay. I think that yes, you should play it as an open live. Okay. If okay, I'm gonna get through our viewers view. You must have went to bed early yesterday. Girl, girl. Interested. Well, you have to be a member, but we may play, we may reveal a option to do in the open live, but you guys may be getting the leftovers. We did it fresh in members only live. See, this is what we're going to be doing, having some fresh competition, so you guys can listen to some music and have some fun. Hey, Jamie. Uh, hey, outspoken one. No, I just wanted to have some fun. What are you saying? I'm definitely not, I'm definitely not smarter than a third. Are you smarter than a fifth grade? Well, if you're not smarter than a third grader, you're not smarter than a fifth grader. We had some fun. I did go to bed early. Okay, girl. So yesterday, I wasn't feeling good yesterday, and I got ready to go to bed, and then I just happened to go back to my computer, and VS was live. Okay, let's get through the. You want okay, VS. Uh, VS, if you're listening, if someone is listening who have access to VS, uh, let her know she want to listen to. I'll start her out first. She may want to listen to this. So VS, I'm kind of disappointed in something that you said yesterday. Um, there was a post that was put out with a poll on it. This poll came out and it said this. Good morning. So I was told by a super fan not to come back and that my present isn't wanted anymore. If that is true, let's vote. Okay, let me make sure you understand who is making this request and who put up a poll. Uh, where is that full thing? I had it up there before. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, so this came from none other than Brooke Valentine. So Brooke Valentine put out a post. She said that super fan, well, I guess she is one of those many hating, jealous people. And everybody's jealous of her, so therefore they must be a fan. So this person is a super fan, and they said that her present isn't welcome anymore. If that's true, let's vote. Do my real supporters want me to come back? Um, and for a yes, bring your ass back. Hell no, or it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when you do it. Okay, so that's the options. And overwhelmingly, 86% said, hell no, stay gone. Hell no, stay gone. Out of I don't see the number of people who voted. 359 votes. It's not like it was a small number. It was not like 314 people, 359 people says, bitch, stay your ass gone. So it goes, that bodes well into why you understand why there's a story that is used a lot on here. Kimmy uses it a lot, common sense uses it a lot. If you are putting yourself out there, if you're asking for something that is favorable to you, you might want to ask the question. Uh, you might want to ask the question unless you already know the answer to it, especially on something like this. So, 86% of the people said, no, bitch, uh, do not come back. You are not welcome. Hell no. How much clearer? What's that answer? So, VS, let me tell you something. VS talked about this poll a little bit. I came in when she kind of was just going over this. You gotta, you can't ask the people that question and basically not know the answer. Is what VS said as well. So, VS, you said that she just need. I forget. She said she need to take a breath, re uh, come out and tell the people the truth, and the people will accept her. So, VS, she did none of that. And VS, you are a stickler for people who are or not beef sector. So, I have a question for VS. Do you think that it was even uh, you needed to bother to give Brooke this advice because Brooke is not beef sector, so who gives a fuck about her coming back? So I was surprised. You're going at Brooke. You're going at a Ness who is a 2.0 about Brooke getting back in with Ness, who is a beef sector 2.0. So you do not recognize the 2.0 as a beef sector. Um, so they don't recognize themselves as beef sector first because they put 2.0. I definitely agree. I definitely said that 2.0 is not beef sector. Beef sector is straight up beef sector. But Brooke is not beef sector at all. Brooke is R. Kelly sector, Kanisha Jenkins sector, um, some other sector that she first came in on. And so when Brooke went live last night, and then she got into that to deflect from the reason why she was there today. So Brooke wanted to talk about all these other sectors and how when she first came over here that she had to fend people off who were talking about her and what happened in that other sector and blah 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 blah. Blah. We had to endure all of that word salad about the twins were following her and blah, blah. But she was here to come back to the beef sector. See, she's not beef sector. See, the bitch came out here lying and over analyzing shit that happened to her and just being quite foolish in the fact that she can come out here and lie and people were to follow along with her lie. If you're cool with her, I was shocked that you would come out here and you would put things in the public when I came out, when she was shocked that after Shelly called her and asked her, did she say something about being a snake? And she called her on live and she asked her, had she called Ness a snake? But the thing about it is, was it, had she called Shelly a snake to Ness? The thing about it is, she lied and said it didn't happen. But see, you gotta give credit where credit is due. The K-Fed, uh, Reed put out a receipt. See what Shelley did. Shelley was smart. Shelley did not ask a question to, to something that she didn't already know the answer to. So Shelley called Brooke live, and Brooke lied and said no, I never said that. But last night when Brooke replayed that story, it was, when I called Shelly, I said no, I don't remember that happening, and no, bitch, you said no, I never said that. All of a sudden yesterday, by your telling, I don't, and if I did say it, I'm not saying, if she had it and she said that I had, but I think I told her, I don't, bitch, you are a bona fide, like, we can do without her BS. That's all I'm saying. We can do without this bitch. We can do without this bitch. The people have spoken and they said what they said. So let's leave her alone, BS. Let that bitch go. Okay? She adds absolutely nothing to the beef sector. And the simple fact that that hoe came out here and tried to explain away lying about a whole human being coming out of the loins of her birth canal and say that, but it don't make no difference that I said that, because these people over here, where you are so hell bent on being, hell bent on building your channel, hell bent on being included in shit. These people over here, every one of them lie. Every one of them then ran a play. Okay, tell me my lie and my play I ran. Tell me the play I ran and the lie I told. I'll wait. I'm gonna wait on that. This fucking trash ass bitch tried to excuse what she did with no explanation. Well, it don't make no difference. It don't matter, because the people over here, they all lie. They all tell stuff that's not true. Did you guys watch this bitch yesterday? Did you watch this Brooke Valentine? Okay, let's go through the mirage of lying. Okay, she let me see. Okay, so the first bone of contention is she came out there with this whole she okay, well, we let's talk about the baby. Then she decided, well, we're gonna save the baby for last. And she said, Brooke first. She said that, she wanted to get this out of the way. And even though she saw the poll, she's not doing it for those haters. She's doing it for her supporters. So this is why she's coming out live, because she has to clean her page up, and she will be doing other content, because I need to tell you guys what Trump got in store for you in November. Okay. Okay. So she got to be the world news lady for the beef sector, who all they do is lie. And so therefore she need to explain the lie that she held for over a year and a half, over 2 years, about a fake baby that she had, because she want to give you the world news and let you know what you in for. Child. Okay, one in the chat if you would like or believe the world news coming from Brooke Valentine, CEO. One in the chat for yes, I could trust that news, and I would ponder and try to understand the world through her eyes. Or number two is the same answer as that one in her poll. Hell no, don't come back. One, if you get your world news from her. Two is hell no, do not come back. I'm away. Fuck that hoe. No. I see. Two, no. It's a lot going on and a lot to follow. No, hell no. Go away. Two, Tanya, good to see you. Vegas. Okay. Two. Oh, I don't think people want to get a view. As a view, look like we missed a lot. Carrie, Auntie Donna, You look, Dominique said, "Hell no, that bitch can't even speak the English language." Oh my God, you don't want to get your world news about what's in store in in uh, in Trump land in November if you get elected from Brooke Valentine. Child, world news from Brooke. Shit, no. Okay, so I got my answer. Hold on, let me sip. Okay, so she prefaced that her show with why she is going live. Uh, Good morning, kind to me. Hell no. Okay, so Brooke said that hell no, we won't go. Hell no, we won't go. So Brooke said that she is going to clear it up. And she said, the reason this all happened, the reason all of this thing happened, where she wanted to address how she felt that Ness, Incendric, what is her name? Incendric, Incen- Eccentric, Ness Eccentric and Lolo had actually kicked her back in. She came to join the live and bore Ness's audience with talk about what she's wearing when she go in intrinsic. Thank you. What she's wearing to Vegas, how her farts are gonna smell in Vegas, how what she's going to eat in Vegas. She came to sit up on the panel to thank you guys, intrinsic, to talk to you guys about all of this stuff that nobody gave a damn about. So she said that when she arrived, she was shocked that these people had kicked her back in and they would start asking her questions and be mad about something that didn't have to do with YouTube. Okay. Brooke doesn't even address the bad status of her own teeth. Politics? Okay. Okay. She said the baby was a fart. Yes, she did. Somebody asked her, so those the chat was beautiful. The chat was beautiful. Somebody asked her, so when you had those pictures of what was that? She was like, the baby was a fart. I'm not going to tell you. Don't nobody put in here what she said about the baby. You got to go with the story. Those of you who know what she said about the baby. She said the baby, when you saw her with a big belly, I'm a fat bitch. After she just got finished talking about she the bad bitch, she the baddest bitch around. So if you are showing a picture of your belly and you're saying you're presenting it to be a baby, and but it was just merely a fart. I've never seen a fart make someone's belly protrude so large that it looked like they are 9 months pregnant. See, this is supposed to be an advanced pregnancy picture. See, it's not supposed to be, oh, look at me, I'm taking a picture. Oh, excuse me, I was bloated. No, you presented that to be an advanced pregnancy picture. But now oh, that was a fart. Okay, so you're a liar. You just want to brush over all the fat. That the reason that picture is out is because people wanted to see your baby bump, and that's what you were representing. And now, oh, it was just a fart. Anyway, how many times can I say it? I'm good. I'm not gonna say it anymore. So, but you talk about uppity. So you what you saying is your belly is as big as uppity, but people are jealous of you. I don't think uppity presented her belly to be even 9 months. I think she presented to be she's a fat bitch. She ain't presenting her belly to be pregnant, but your belly is on par with uppities. But you sit around in our beef sector and tell us that we lie all the time. See, now this is not a lie you told. This is a series of long running lies for over 2 years. It's not a individual lie. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so she's sitting up here with a belly big as uppity and telling us we some hating bitches, we some ugly dick bitches. Everybody's jealous of this fucking misshape, no teeth having, no motherfucking integrity having fuck bitch. Is that what we hear? Is that what we hear? And man, oh, and the coup de grace is, you know, we shouldn't be mad at her because Malik knew it too. And so if you're gonna be mad at me, you gotta be mad at Malik. What channel does Malik broadcast on? Where are his videos so I can review his video? So we should be mad at a nigga who is just her mod, who is her simp ass husband. We should be mad at him. You know, you two, you need to talk about where the baby's at. Ask Brooke. I'm not gonna answer anything. I'm not gonna go on. See, we would have if you had not alerted your husband that he is not allowed to go on my page. And even when I go on other people's channel and that's that simple bitch ass made nigga who you was married to for 14 years, some straight up question where he cannot pontificate and lie around, he had no answer to me. He wouldn't even open his mouth to me because he know, unlike you, he can't fuck with a real one. Unlike you, he know if he opened them big bubble lips that he would fuck up trying to fuck with a real one. Cause he's so used to fucking with a not bitch. A whole not bitch. A nothing ass hoe like you. Ugh. I couldn't believe that hoe. I couldn't believe that hoe. Hey, Choreo lover, Choreo lover. I'm sorry, you come in. I am. She's been hanging with Pizarro and Bree so long. A lie is a lie is a lie is a lie. Thank you so much, and we're gonna get to that one too. Uh, that one who was oh so mad yesterday. I think Malik is being touched by older men on his job. Oh my God. Oh my God. Because you would ask the hard questions, Ronnie Q. Exactly. Okay. He would not open his mouth if I caught him up on the lie. You know, when he had gotten weak, I set up two lies and like Malik is the only person who I have ever put their name in my title since I've been on YouTube because I felt that the pressure was getting to him and he's in the chat making cryptic messages and I'm like, shit, is Brooke like that chick on Misery and Malik is finally loosed himself from being tied up to wherever she's tied up, and he found a phone or a computer, and he's writing cryptic messages because he knows she's in the chat, and he's trying to get help to get out of the situation that he's in, and he want to tell, but no, he go over to code. See, you and your bitch ass nigga ain't beef sector. So you take your ass over to code and to who else? GX. See, you guys are not beef sector because when you want to be questioned about something, see, you go to somebody who ain't what beef sector. He hopped his big soup cooler long explain. Let me, I'm a dude from the streets, and I cannot do that fucked up accent that he has. I come on YouTube, and my wife, I just am a mod. So you want us beef sector people to waste their time on even being mad at your funk ass, or and to you need to be mad at Malik too because he knew all the time and he didn't say nothing. No, fuck both of you motherfuckers because you guys ain't no beef sector. So why would we mad our us spare our beef sector anger or angst on you no good, no fucking niggas. Why would we even bother ourselves with you? You're trash. Just straight up trash, bitch. Okay, so she said that the whole thing wouldn't have been set off had it not been for whose fault is all of this? Who set this all off? Pills and Malik. Pills said Malik called him last night. What? Did he say that? Where? Where did he say that at? A viewers review. Didn't Ness go live? I see. I didn't. Like I said, I wasn't feeling well. Okay. Why the side ninja got the husband following up? God damn. Did he say that on Ness's live? God dang it. Oh, oh my God. Dumbass Brooke. Yeah, it was your lie. Why would we be mad at Malik, who doesn't even have a channel? Oh my God. Good question. Why does the side nigga got the main nigga's husband? Okay, so main nigga's number. So let's be clear. She also said that people wanted to know if this is a play. No, this is not a play. Yeah, bitch, this is a play. This is a whole play. Because after when she was saying what happened with this baby situation, giving her excuse about this baby situation, after okay, we gonna get to that. I'm gonna tell you what Peel said. So this is what make you know this is a play. Because Peel said, "Oh, I was doing something. I was crunching on this KFC and it's extra crunchy. So when you said that answer, I didn't quite hear it. Can you say that again?" He asked her to say that again because he couldn't hear it when she said it the first time. So she repeated it for Pills, and she repeated it for Pills because he was over there with a blunt and getting high. So she said, "This is what happened." Okay, so whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? It is all of this. You know, the meltdown on Ness, the fact that Ness was able to uh, hear factually that she lied to her about calling Shelly a snake. Um, all of this is the fault of who? Shakimi's. Because of what Shakimi did the night before last. But didn't this happen about 2, 3 weeks ago? So how what could Shakimi do the night before last be the reason why something 2 weeks ago happened? See, this is what the bitch is saying out of her mouth. Okay, so it was because Lemon and Shakim and Peels were on a live together, and that's why she's coming back. And it was I'm sorry, I made a mistake. That's why she's coming back. And Shakimi was up there lying, and Shakimi was asking Peels questions, but Shakimi was in, and he's supposed to have been cool with us. Well, how can he ask you questions? Who else he gonna ask questions? Bitch, you ran and hide. So you have to make you had to reappear because of what Shakimi did yesterday and he had to ask about Peel sending me money. And who asks about that? A nigga who want to know if this is a real relationship. You out here bad, bitch. You fucking getting a divorce from your nigga, you going through bankruptcy, you motherfucking got evicted, and you got a nigga who you just barely know. So this nigga trying to figure out just like everybody else if this is your true nigga, bitch. Y'all came out here presenting like this was your true nigga, bitch, and he can't even tell. You want him to go into telling that lie about that fake baby. See, I think Peel's as simple as this nigga as Peel has been out here. Peel, you Pill, you need to put your pimp hand down, bitch, because you are looking awful suspect in these streets. You seem like a nice dude and all that shit, but Pills, you looking like a pussy ass nigga, fucking around with this dumb bitch. You need to motherfucking she gonna have you out here looking bad, Pills. You need to motherfucking nut up on this bitch, not do anything to her, but shit, let your motherfucking dick hang, nigga. Fuck that bitch in this bullshit she talking. You seem like a nice guy, Peel. I'm just giving you some advice because she gonna have you out here looking like a whole dumb simp if you go along with this dumb bitch and her dumb bitch shit. That's what I'm saying, Pills. Just a word of advice. You know what I'm saying? And the way that you fucking went up, quit sipping. These bitches ain't shit. These that you sipping to a bitch who had niggas climbing in her windows and shit, and you sipping to a bitch who gave the pussy out to somebody on a motherfucking bed that didn't have no mattress in it, and he hurry up and ran and got out of there and left her in a mattress full of bleed with no bleed with no sheet in it, and she sat up and came and told YouTube about this, that she laying in the bed full of blood after the nigga that nutted up in her and ran off. I mean, that may be the nigga who ran off on a bicycle with her motherfucking purse on the handlebars. You fucking trying to explain yourself to this bitch? Well, shit. God damn it. Pills, I don't think you would even do that to some chick who you bring down to your sister's house to fuck. Would you do that? I don't think you would even do that. You seem like a nice dude. You actually have a job. It sounds like you may have a car. We know you. I got a tennis shoe fetish and all that. We know that you may have a little problems in your life with being arrested several times. We all. It seems like you're trying to be a different man. So why are you simping up to these simple ass bitches to try to explain anything to these lying ass hoes? How these lying hoes explain them some of this shit that I'm telling. Let that bitch explain this to you. Why she even coming at a nigga? Say, bitch, why you coming at me, bitch? You don't question me, bitch. Question that motherfucker who ran off on the bicycle with your motherfucking purse, bitch. You don't question me. Don't quit coming to these hoes. These hoes ain't shit. The fuck wrong with you, Pills? Oh, anyway, I went off on a tangent. Okay. Back to the original story. Okay. Clout. Okay. Bab said it. He has to come over here. He wants clout. But this is okay. At the end of the day, is this where you want to get clout from? Okay. I guess if you a simple motherfucker, that is where you would go to get clout. I see why our youth is so misguided, and you see if you take this and use it up as a parameter of real world thinking, you understand why our youth of today is so fucked up. See, because they go for the simple motherfucker, the something that they think is going to get them adulation and praise and put them on and all of this type of stuff. Instead of they just want to, hey, let me jump in this so I can get put on. But see, what they don't want to do, they don't want to learn the craft from people who can teach them the real game. See, motherfuckers don't say, put it in the perspective of a pimp game. Okay, these motherfuckers just want to grab underage girl who dumb don't know anything and go in a car and send her in and out of motels and stuff and don't buy nothing but dope and stuff. They ain't even buying no cars, no clothes, no nothing. They sitting up here selling a girl out and uh not buying her clothes to present herself as a woman. None of this. Got her going in motels with sweatsuit ons and all of this dumb shit. He in the car with flip flops on and wife beaters and all of this shit. These motherfuckers ain't got no jewelry, ain't got no dripped out car. These motherfuckers are got fucked up the whole motherfucking game. Instead of going to a real one who making money, who hoe is wearing some good ass clothes and shit. At least she, nothing. Okay, so that's put it in the pit vein, but it's still a hoe as a hoe as a hoe. I'm not. But if that's what you want to do, if you want to do it on that level, why are you going to these broken ass bitches? These broken bitches who don't even can't even explain to you how the game is run. Why are you going to these ignorant ass bitches? You going to Ness. You going to Big Sexy. You guys know that the game that y'all ran on Big Sexy was so transparent that y'all can't believe that y'all actually fucking souped that dumb bitch the way y'all souped her and motherfucking left her and motherfucking laughed in her face. But you still going back over there because you didn't go in full force when the rest of them ran all up in that dumb bitch and got what they wanted and left and laughed in her face. So you trying to get the remnants. You trying to get the motherfucking tears that are slowly running down her face from looking like a dumb bitch. And you think that that tear is going to anoint you into the beef sector. Go sit down, Peels. Peels, go sit the fuck down. Because you messing with dumb bitches at this point. Okay, so anyway, what was I saying? Um, so get back to Brooke's story. Okay, so Brooke's story is uh okay. It was the timing for me. She Kim talked about uh Shakim was talking about me and calling me a liar. And I said, how can Shakim, talking about the pregnancy, it was the timing that he would actually go on Lemon's channel, question Peels, say she was lying, and that made her wanted to come out because he lies every day. And how dare him ask Peel about giving me money? And then she was on and off camera. She came on camera with her hair wet. And then when she got so uncomfortable saying this stupid ass story, she go, let me get off camera, because my facial expression, your facial expression was showing that even you didn't believe the bullshit you were saying. And Shakim is the reason I came back. Shakim uh, changed his mind. Shakim told Ness this, that, and the other. Shakim was on there lying to Ness, and then when I came back that day to, I think that I'm going to hang out with my homies, and then they started kicking my back in. So be clear. The reason she left is what behind that live that happened where she ran off the live and then made her own live. No, it wasn't about that. See, she needed a mental health rest. So this is all she's in the middle of the story, and this is how I'm not changing the story, the trajectory of the story. This is what she's saying. But she gets into this is what happened, and Shakim lie, and then she switches over to the reason that I left wasn't because of this. Everybody run plays and stuff, and you know, I needed a mental health break, and it was just too much because everybody all of a sudden after that live that went down, and Ness, I'm gonna actually tell you that I felt that you had some wrong in this too, and but I was totally dogpiled on. So and then Ness had a part in her feeling that way, and then she was dogpiled on from the people in the chat, and the next day all the content creators were attacking her, and I feel that Ness had a part in never no reflection or acknowledging that she told the lie, that she got caught in the lie and she had nowhere to go. But she's not gonna. No, I no, that wasn't what made. No, don't think that that's what made me go. I just needed to make everybody on here lies, and that's you are a part of it too. And just sitting up there popping that bald, cruddy, black, infested mouth, sitting up there and playing with her hair, and let me go, just a whole motherfucking clusterfuck. And then she says, I got dog piled on. And let me tell you this. I came on here and I said that I was not going to talk about my personal life, but you are the one who talked about your personal life, thus we know. So, and then she goes into Ness. See, you didn't like it when your son was talked about, and she told Ness that that she was part of the problem. Now she's bringing Ness' son into it, and how when they talked about your son, and then she got to deflecting, and that's you actually said that I may be crazy, and I didn't like Intrinsic the way she came in on too, because Intrinsic didn't even have no reason to be mad or anything. Y'all called me crazy and asked how would I feel with Intrinsic feel comfortable in sleeping in a room or in a hotel with somebody who is doing the things that I was doing. Yeah, you was doing. Yeah, because you wanted everybody to believe this shit, and all the lies that you were making up didn't pass muster. So obviously you must be totally insane. They didn't know if they was dealing with a crazy bitch, and they was finna meet motherfucking what's her name from Misery. They didn't know if they was gonna meet the Misery bitch on their trip. So yeah, they were right because you were doing crazy bitch shit. They were right to act with your fuck ass crazy. Okay, so she then goes on to what people have, and then she was talking about Ness, and you asking if I was crazy, but people on here have worse backgrounds than me. Now we're going to the background of the people. Where's the accountability about the whole? You want to gloss over the situation that happened on Ness's channel, and now it's people in the beef sector have worse backgrounds than her, including, and she gave some shade at Ness in saying, and you got people who have sold their bodies, and you got people who have done other things. And let's talk about this back page, and it has already been explained how my information, I had never sold no coochie, and it's already been explained, all of this. So she's not taking responsibility of herself being on Backpage and all of this to explain this lie that she told. But we're gonna get to that later. Hold on a second. So we got all of that. Okay, so where are we? I got all of these notes on that bitch. So I will take responsibility for the Shelly thing because I absolutely did that, and she minimizes what she did. So I come on your channel, and you guys are kicking my back in. So Ness said, I never, Ness is down in the chat saying, I never kicked your back in. And Intrinsic, you were in the group talk. And okay, so Ness, wait a minute. So she's talking about how Intrinsic did this, that, and the other. Okay, here's my note. So, okay. And then she said, and really, what should I take a responsibility for what I did with Shelly, lying that I didn't call Shelly a snake. But the only reason I went over there because me and Shelly, when you were gone, me and Shelly, we developed a friendship and we were friends. But then we fell out. So, I hadn't talked to Shelly and I had no reason to talk to Shelly because she wasn't my friend. But then when Malik went over there and he was on the phone, I found out he was on the phone with her for 2 hours. That's the only reason I went over there to talk to Shelly, because I was trying to figure out what was up with him and Malik and what him and Malik talk about. So, bitch, you didn't talk yourself in to that. And I don't know what happened in the whole conversation. If you don't know, go watch the video where Shelly showed what you said in the whole conversation, including the fact that was it Nessa snake or some one of these motherfuckers was a snake, and you denied saying it. So she said that was some, and really that was some fuck shit Shelly did. So no, that was some fuck shit that you did that Shelly revealed, and if you had a friendship with Shelly and you had gotten to know Shelly, you already knew, like everybody else knew, that Shelly records all of her phone conversation. So that's further evidence that you ain't beef sector, bitch. You ain't beef sector. So, and then you gonna say that that's some fuck shit Shelly did because you got revealed to be a lying asshole once again. But that's Shelly's fault. But if you hadn't told the lie to Shelly, she wouldn't have had it to play. You simple bitch. Okay, so then she said that she felt that Intrinsic was just following behind Ness and she was just agreeing with anything Ness did. So finally, at this point, Ness hits the link and she's ready to talk. And Ness asked Intrinsic if Intrinsic could come up as well. And she said that Ness and Intrinsic were too worried about themselves and they were using her for content. Okay, technically, they were asking you questions, and now you're saying that they were using you for content. Okay, so that's how she said. And because you guys should have talked to me off of camera. We supposed to be girls. I'm thinking we finna get up here and we finna ride and die and all of this stuff. And that pill stuff, it was already in the air. Where we found out through Shelly's phone conversation that she was going to break up with Peels when she got to Las Vegas. So she just him hauled that away. The fact that she broke that and everybody found out about that play that they were going to pull, that was found out on Shelly's conversation that was recorded as well. But she said that was already in the air. So, that what air? What air? The air of mendacity, the fucking stench of something is not clean. Like there's a fly in the buttermilk air. Bitch, you're lying. And your play got aired out on Shelly's Live, and you said it was already in the air. Okay, a whole lot of bullshit. Okay, that pills thing was already in the air. So we don't even need to talk about that. The fact that this play, okay, we're clear on that. Okay. And then Reed, here she come. She thought she was doing something. I sent her a $1 cash app. And then she came back and she thought she was dropping a receipt. Yeah, Reed did drop a receipt on your ass. You already know that Reed dropped a receipt on your ass and you trying to and Reed thinks she's relevant. And Reed thinks Reed's beef sector, bitch. And so, right about now, Reed is motherfucking stunting on your ass with what? The motherfucking truth, bitch, as always. See, you can't, you ain't even in the beef sector, bitch. Who the fuck do you think you trying to discount? You're trying to discount Reed, who was always on your ass and had receipts and was stopped. You see, people want to poo poo Reed and people Reed don't know. Yeah, Reed over there talking, Reed over there talking and spitting, and she don't know what she talking about. She knew what she was talking about your ass, bitch. And bitch, if she didn't, she beef sucked her hoe. But the simple fact that she got your motherfucking ass together, okay, Reed is beef sector, bitch. Okay, let me see. Let's get through this. Okay, so intrinsic comes up there, and she said seven H. I got one more page of this to go. Uh, so she goes into let me see. I'm trying to read through this real quick. She said, you guys presented me as crazy, and I'm not crazy. And, y'all want to present me as crazy. She's repeating this stuff. I'm not repeating this stuff. She's going back into this as intrinsic and Ness is on the channel. Y'all presented me as crazy, and I ain't crazy. And if you gonna figure me as being crazy, everybody here is crazy. Ness, you want to say I lied about a pregnancy, but didn't you pretend to be Craig and try to befriend Jay Wilson and get befriend him? And this is like, well, Brooke, that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing at all. And then you hear you see the chat saying that was comedy. It wasn't like she was trying to tell him no lie or nothing. She was just trying to punk him or or that type of stuff. And then she goes, well, I think this is the same thing. And so then she gets into the thing about the baby. So intrinsic is up there, and intrinsic is trying to say her piece, and she says that I think that you got mad about something that did not even concern you. And then intrinsic gets mad and she hops down because as soon as she starts to talk, that she gives them the opportunity to speak. She tells them why they shouldn't be mad because she didn't about things that happened in her personal life, about things that didn't affect them, things that wasn't about them. So while you're mad, you're trying to make a moment to get commentary as soon as they start to talk. And intrinsic, it seems like she got frustrated and she dropped from the chat. And Ness was trying to get uh intrinsic to come back up, but she wouldn't come back up. Okay, so she goes into, well, let's talk about the baby. And you guys played me for crazy, this, that, and the other. And then she says, so the thing, and then when Ness tell her that's not the same thing playing as Craig or playing as if you have had a pregnancy and a whole baby for over a year. So she goes, well, let's okay, this is okay. Let me show you what the chat is saying as she's telling this story. This is chat. Notice what they're saying. Oh my God! Finally, she says, "Okay, read what the chat is saying as she tells this story." Okay, so the thing about the baby is I do have a baby, but it's not my biological baby. It's not the baby that I gave birth to myself, but I do have a baby girl, and I am taking care of a baby girl, even though it did not come out of my own vajayjay. I have a baby girl, so I didn't lie. I do have a baby. Okay. Okay. That's what she said about coming up on people's channel, taking up air and spinning lies and talking for hours and making you feel that she has a craving for this and that, and motherfuckers in the cat in the chat cash apping her for getting something that she says she's craving. See, she want you to forget how she set up on panels and talk about shit she was craving, and people cash apping her. I didn't ask nobody for nothing. I did put a post on my community wall. Okay, so let's talk about this post. The post was about you not giving pictures out of your baby to anybody unless they sent you a cash app. You can cash app me if you want pictures of the baby. That's what you is that the one you're talking about? Is that the post that you're talking about? You were selling pictures of this baby for cash apps. Let's talk about the simple fact that this fucking bitch sat up there and pretend like she was going through a whole pregnancy. And let's not forget when her and Malik allegedly broke up, and she had a new apartment and she had a new nigga at 9 months of pregnancy, and they told her to go live that night and show her baby bump, and then she fucking pushed that big barrel gut of hers out further in a whole dark bathroom to act like she was showing this 9-month baby that was laid up with a new nigga because her and her husband had gotten separated, and she found a new nigga the very next day or within the same week. Are we gonna forget about this bitch taking this picture right here? That's uppity, uppity. I think your shit is bigger than uppity, but people jealous of this bitch. So she don't want to talk about none of that. She just want to talk about, well, it's not biologically mine, and I'm taking care of the baby, so that's that. So Pills is on the link at the same time, and he go, hey Brooke, what? Wait a minute, what you say? Let me. I didn't hear what you said. So, Brooke, you Pills supposed to be your dude. Shouldn't he already know this? So Brooke appeals. You don't even know the lie that this bitch is gonna come out here and tell the beef sector. You are so uninquisitive that you don't even know what the fuck. You such a chimp, a simp ass nigga that you don't even know what this hoe finna come up here and try to lie her way out and say out of this and present it to the beef sector, bitch. See, that's why you do not garner access to the B sector pills, because you would have known that. See, your pimp game is real weak, Pills. I need you to get your motherfucking game up, motherfucker. I know they let them bitches in Las Vegas, where you from, hoe out of brothels and all that type of shit. But something's wrong with you, Pill. I ain't never seen no man like you in my whole entire life. You asking this simple ass bitch what the story is again. I didn't get it. I was over here. I was over here rolling up something. I was over here. I didn't hear I was eating the chicken was crackling too much when I bit into it. I didn't hear what we going with. What lie we going with? Motherfucker, you supposed to motherfucking lead or present as you lead. Y'all supposed to be on one accord with this shit. And you just getting the motherfucking word as this motherfucking dumb bitch spill it out of her mouth. And then I fucks with Brooke. I fucks with Brooke. We all make mistakes, and we all have things in our past, and we this and that and the other. And but nigga, you just finding out about this as the whole beef sector finding out about this. So what does that say about your importance to this motherfucking lying ass bitch? You finding out the same time motherfucking Honest Row. You finding out the same time as Miss Cruiser. You finding out the same time as Choreo Lover. So what is the importance of you in her life? You know what I'm saying? Full figure woman King Malik was in the chat and said she was lying about that too. Yes, I was going to get to that. Thank you. I didn't know what Malik had said. Thank you, full figured woman King, because I had no idea what Malik had said because she went in there and deleted what Malik said. So you will see in one of these messages exactly when that happened. Okay, finally, oh my God, and Bertha May, I love Bertha May, baby my ass, and who is this? Somebody else says finally, there's a wow, and then you hear damn Malik. Styles with Tisa comes in and with tears like damn Malik, but you don't see Malik saying anything. Why don't you see? Because she deleted his comment. And then you hear somebody say, so you weren't pregnant. Well, we can all go to bed now. And then let me see what else we see in these screenshots as she's telling about she takes, okay, damn Malik. We can all go to bed now. Oh my God, Malik. But we don't see what Malik said. So I thank that person. I didn't I saw the beginning of this mush mouth mash of a lie story, and I was out of there. I left and I went to bed soon after she Ness started talking. So oh my God, Malik. Okay, let me see. And I don't care who tells it. Wow, mental illness. Okay. That's Brooke. The baby is a blessing. Oh, this idiot. Uh, that's cool, Brooke. That baby is a blessing. Why are you timing out? Why are you timing people out for not being disrespectful? So that's her mind asking, why are you timing out people for not being disrespectful? People who are not being disrespectful was being timed out, and her mod wanted to understand why she was doing that. But we see why she was doing that as the you're not I appreciate you for telling me, because I was like, what did Malik say? See, once if you're not in the chat to see what Malik say, once you go over it, I was like, I wonder what Malik was saying, because the wow and the oh my God, and laughing at what Malik said. Malik was in the chat and said she was lying about that too, which she didn't have a biological baby, but there is a baby that I take. When you take care of this baby? So we back to the same motherfucking question with this dumb bitch. So when are you taking care of this said alleged baby? When? Okay, okay. So we're just gonna totally ignore all the pregnancy shit. We're gonna ignore all of that. But okay, just understand she has a baby right now. So I'm not going to go into the information about. I'm just going to act like that. I'm pregnant shit, and I'm craving shit. It was don't even just know that I have a baby. It didn't come out of my vajayjay, but I have a baby. I do not have grandchildren, and this is my baby that it is mine. Uh, okay, so that's how that went. That's how that went. That's how. Hey, Olivia, the Oracle. let me see. Did she explain who's taking care of the baby she takes care of while she's on YouTube? Yeah, that's my whole point. So you still want us to believe that you're taking care of a baby, but when exactly is the care of this baby being done, bitch? Because you sitting up on YouTube, never heard this baby cry. We ain't heard none of this shit. So you want us to believe that while you weren't pregnant with some a baby, you have been taking care of a baby since that alleged fake ass birth that you had. You know that was so fake that you actually took a picture and sent it around to these gullible hoes and to say that this is your baby, that baby. So we supposed to just leave that shit alone and oh and not but see not only that not that okay so you want us to put all of that shit that's in the past, that's stuff that happened in the past. We're not gonna bring, let me just understand that I have a baby and I am taking, and this is my daughter who I refers to. But okay, so we're gonna forget about all of that. So there was no birth, right? So there was no birth from you. But so when Pizarro showed that fake picture of the baby that you said, you came on here, what is it, 3 weeks ago around about, and pissed a whole bitch about your baby being doxxed. And these motherfuckers, they fucking around with my kid. And this, so a whole mother play, a whole nother play. So you can sit out here and spew a bunch of simple bitch shit, trying to act like you that bitch, trying to act like you some bad bitch, trying to act like you've been violated about that fake picture you sent out to people in the beef sector to try to prove that you had a baby, but you knew who to send that shit to. You knew not to send that bullshit to a real one in this motherfucking beef sector, bitch. But then when Pizarro released the pictures a couple of weeks ago, they've been hanging on to them pictures for over a year about, oh, let's see Brooke's baby. That's Brooke baby. She sent a picture. Oh, the baby is so cute. Oh, the baby looked like you. Oh, and how the baby doing? Oh, she's growing up to look just like Malik. Oh, how did a baby that didn't come out of your vagina, you already said now to cover it up when Malik started saying ask her about the baby. I only have son. Then all of the mud you said I had already said the baby would look just like Malik, but then Malik said he ain't had nothing but sons, and then so how is this motherfucking baby looking like Malik? Bitch, go sit yourself entirely the fuck down. See, because the subscribers are the one who have to hear her rant on in about her being doxxed, and people are doxing her baby picture and how weird these people are, and they so jealous of me, and they doing that, a whole motherfucking lie. But you don't want to talk about that. You just wanted to just play in your hair. This bitch sitting up there playing in her hair, and by this time in the motherfucking thing, she had her hair. It was like drying, air drying. She had a part on it. It looked good, and she kept you know fluffing up the she had it swooped over to one side, and she kept on playing in the bangs of it. By this time, this motherfucker was looking like a nut who need to be in the nut house. This bitch had a comb. She was parting her hair every which way and combing it from left to right. She just sitting up there and popping turning that lip under over them over that fucked up grill she got in her mouth. And I didn't feel that. I know I don't owe anybody anything, and then parting it, another parting it deeper, and then putting a part in the middle of her head, and this side is hanging way up in the air, and that side doing something else. And why did that motherfucking bitch have a motherfucking dye job that was so fucked up? She has gone back to that bozo the clown red hair, and it took at all in her roots about from her roots to 3 inches of her new growth hair is that fiery red bozo the clown, but it didn't take good where she had dyed her hair dark from being the bozo the clown color previously. So you can see some heights of red, but that shit was way dark. That bitch is gonna be coming out here looking like a pussy that they had a pad changed on it in a while. Red at the flesh and dark hair all around. That bitch looked like a whole mother. Gonna call her oh my god, she looked like a whole food. So she's sitting up there playing in her hair, all this shit. Okay, it was not a play. It was what it was. That's what she said. It was what it was. It is what it is. Hey, Purple Peach. Hey, Dr. Brown. It is what it is. So that's all she got from you for you simp ass beef sector people. That's all she got for you. It is what it is. Because y'all, these people over here, they come up here and they lie and they do this and they do that and all of this stuff. So that's where she left it at. And then Nessa got down, and that's what Brooke had for you. Okay, so let's make sure I got all I got the talking points. Okay, I showed you all the talking points of that. No explanation of this other than this was gas. What about that? It was gas. I'm a fat bitch. Well, who's jealous of fat bitches who are so fat that it looked like they're pregnant? See, you say everybody's jealous of you, but when they ask you about this picture that you presented to be 9 months pregnant, that's all you had. So, okay, let's talk about Pillsbury. How Pillsbury was also around these YouTube streets. So let's see. Let me see what is this? Oh, I don't need that. We're done with that story. So if you guys remember, during this period that Ness and Brooke had fallen out, Ness for all we knew, Brooke for all we knew had just wasn't fucking around on the computer. You would see her when Peels go live, modding and him referring that's his baby girl. That's his baby girl Brooke, and Brooke is in the house. Hey, that's my baby girl. I rise with her. Okay, you would see her recently, not when it first happened. So he was doing a live. And I think it was yesterday. He did the live yesterday. So Pills, I really need you to stop sipping to these gross ass bitches. I really need for you to man up. See, because all that yelling and screaming and struggling to get their next breath, that was all on some bullshit. These are some simple ass bitches, and you need to listen. Pills ain't no help for you if you let a bitch like this son you. If you think that it's important enough, you had as many people in your chat as she had in her chat, but you gonna go over there and simp to this bitch. You see, and you have twice as many people in your chat if you already understand the people that you have came over here and swooped off of her silly ass. You got to have a storyline going, and your storyline can't be sipping to a dirty ass bitch, to a bitch who comes up with motherfucking all her teeth all gross and deformed because it has so much plaque buildup in. You can't be on here simping to a bitch who come on here who just understand what skincare is. So she has to come on here with a whole motherfucking sheet wrapped on her nose as a motherfucking poor poor thing for the nose. You can't fuck around coming on here with a bitch who comes up here with herself uncombed, unmade, taking braids out of her hair, and 3 days later coming on camera that you see ain't even put a comb in her nasty hair, still got crud in her hair. But you bring your ass on here. You seem like you're a bigger guy, but look, you seem like you take pride in what you wearing. Every time I see you on camera, you on point. It's a different, West Coast is a different style than East Coast. People probably just think, oh, that nigga just do it. No, you can tell that he ain't got no wrinkle motherfucking clothes on. He ain't got no wrinkle clothes that he got out it seemed the guy out the hamper or got out a pile of clothes that just came out the dryer that's all wrinkled and stuff. He comes on here with his jersey and on and shit. He's he maintains himself. He got a white West Coast style. Okay, so you sitting on here simping to this bitch. You sitting on here simping to a bitch who want us to believe that she got some motherfucking a real hairstyle, a real bohemian braids and shit. And you think that we are going in with this bitch who think that her motherfucking hair is looking like this, when in fact her motherfucking hair is looking like this. She just need a few more trindles on here. She just need just a few. You expect us to believe that this bitch has motherfucking medium braids in her hair, and this is how her hair is looking like. And I'm pretty soon we'll see that off that top knot that's always cocked ace deuce on that funky ass bitch. So we believe we buying into this shit. You simping up to this shit that because this bitch believe this is who she is and who she's presenting as, when motherfucking MU has a better fuller hairstyle than that bitch. So you simping up to this bitch. This bitch acting like she the hair care guru in this motherfucker. And she is a whole motherfucking fucking thin braid having paid for a fucked up hairdo looking ass bitch. But you over there simping to this bitch. Well, Bree, I didn't. And then she yelling and screaming. And why you talking? Why you still talking? He's talking because you talking a bunch of whole dumb shit to him. See, you should have put her in a motherfucking place. But I understand your dilemma. You knew that she was gonna fucking drop you. So as soon as and don't talk to me no more with that bullshit. She showed her whole ass to say absolutely nothing about another fucking nothing ass subject that ain't had shit to do with you and your channel. See, trying to equate something to you. See, what she mad is that you didn't pick her in the first place. That's why she really mad. And she's like saying 90, 90, 90. See what happened when you chose Brook. She trying to do, as you guys say, her big one on you because you said that you would take her to the gym, and that should have been a term of endearment to her. It should have made her think, oh, he really cares about me. He really cares about my health. He really cares about my heart health and all this type of shit. But no, what it made her realize that she ain't a badass bitch that she out here portraying herself to be, when over 500 pounds at this moment. See, that's what it made her realize. But she can't see the care that she needs. She want people to you are okay with her if you out here in living in her delusion that she is this bitch, that she is even this bitch. See, and not understanding, bitch, you are this bitch and this bitch alone. That's what bitch you are. So, Pills, let me tell you something. You see, like, because I can't go in on a nice guy. I ain't see you do no fucked up shit. Everything that I seen you do is quite naive. You on the honest row scale of naivete. Let's put it that way. You are definitely on the but I never seen you do anything malicious. So I'm just gonna give you some pointers. Motherfuckers, smut these hoes out over here. Smut these hoes out. These motherfuckers that you dealing with, they need to be smutted out. Because these are some smut ass bitches that you're dealing with. So smut these hoes out. I don't recommend this to everybody. I do feel that some people should I feel that women should be treated a certain way, but these hoes that you're dealing with, just smut these bitches out. See, because that's what they're accustomed to, that's what they're used to, and they will fall into compliance if you treat them how they're used to being treated. Okay, just a right word from me to you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta meet a bitch where they at, and these two hoes right there, smut them hoes out. That's all I got to say about this shit. Okay, I'm going. Okay, so VS, the rest of VS is live. I did not follow her over to Instagram, but I hear that there was some crying done by Ness that was played, crying to the preacher who was over the school, over the discipleship. And I read it alive last night, and that's why I found out a little bit, not verbatim, but you're gonna have to go over to VS channel that she did a live last night if you want to find out everything that happened in that live. You want to go over to Reed's live from last night. She said that she is going to be revealing some things, and what Reed she feels that Ness unearthed her doxer, her personal doxer, because in the crying of that was played, she cried and said, "Well, I'll send all the information to Rainy Putz, and she'll handle that, and she'll take care of that." I don't know exactly the context. I'm just referring you to what Reed is saying. So Reed believes that Ness gave up her doxer that she uses and renamed that person to be Rainy Putz. And there were people in the chat who was agreeing with Reed the way that Ness said that she was going to give that information. Rainy Putz is her doxer. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just relaying what was said in Reed's live. Reed has been known to be right. Reed has been known to be wrong, but Reed is on the winning streak right now. That's all I can say. And Reed does respect a receipt. So you go over there and check out Reed. Let me see. Is Rainy Putz in here? Hey, Rainy Putz, you have. I didn't even realize you were in here, Rainy Putz. I heard they said it was me, right? Yes, yes. I'm just sending you. I didn't see the live. Oh my God, I just, I'm just, telling you what I heard. I don't know anything. I don't even know the context of the what was said given to Rainy Putz in the crying. So you guys got to go over to VS to hear what Ness was crying about to the they said is it the way they said that. Okay, another thing that was mentioned is that what is that girl's name? The old lady who passed away. That Naomi, I think her name is Naomi. Okay, so Naomi, the last we heard, the pastor, I did hear this come out of her mouth. The pastor said that Ness let her in that hotel to die. So, oh wait a minute. Let me see what Rainy is saying. I asked her to give me grandma's name so I could find her sons. I was literally going to put grandma's name in a Facebook search. Oh, okay. So that's okay. Thank you for clearing that up, Rainy. Uh, I hate when people just put other people's names in something like doxing without an actual receipt. I'm just saying. Okay. So uh, I said Reed is known to be right and Reed is not, wrong, known to, make some mistakes and stuff, but she is on the winning streak. So that is what they were talking about. Rainey said, "Nope, not me." So that's what the context was. Finding grandma, or not. I think her name is Naomi's next of kin. So now the pastor is allegedly heard saying that, well, hey, Candy Cane, that's messed up if you even throw your sources under the bus. Yes, yes, yes. So, but Rainey Putt said that, it wasn't that. She was trying to get in contact with the next of kin to Naomi, to, I don't know, to, for her whatever reason, to, I don't know. She may have known them when they visit. I don't know. For some reason. Okay, I ain't gonna put nothing on it. Rainey Putts, I was ready to woo, bang. Not at all, Korea lover. They want to crucify me because I'm close to Ness. Okay. So I'm just giving my commentary of Rainy Putz. So okay. So back to Naomi. Naomi, the pastor says she just led her out there to die in the hotel. So it was also revealed that we know Ness left the discipleship. Naomi had to go back to the discipleship, but Ness was saying that she couldn't visit Naomi, and allegedly the pastor. I didn't hear this. I think it was played in VS's live. I think because they were talking about the context of what the pastor had said. So it's my understanding from, you got to go to the live and see it for yourself, or hear it from somebody. Girl, were you in that live? I heard the pastor said, okay, we heard the pastor said allegedly that Ness could visit Naomi, but she chose not to because the stipulation to visit Naomi was she had to come see the pastor first. So she did not want to comply with that. So regardless of what you're thinking, or thinking is true, or what Ness is telling you is true about her just simply being restricted from going to see her, and that's why she hasn't gone to see her since she left her in that hotel as under the pastor's opinion to die. Naomi had allegedly had a drinking problem, and when Ness would visit her, she allegedly would bring her alcohol. And this lady, it was in her 60s. So I don't know, if you are in your 60s and you are in a rehab center, not supposing to have liquor, and you're risking it all to drink, you, in my opinion, is a real good clip alcoholic. So with alcohol is worse than a lot of other drugs, because alcohol really tears your insides out. And if you're in your 60s and you're deep drinking to the point where you getting outside people to sneak you liquor into your rehab, you may have a lot of health issues that a layperson is not aware of, is my point. So I don't know if all of this is true, but that is what is presented. So a alcoholic woman in her 60s, I would imagine that she has problems with her liver. I would imagine, I could be wrong, but shit, I would imagine that she has some cirrhosis of the liver complications at that point. So that's why the pastor said that it was a stipulation that Ness come to see her prior to seeing the old lady. But Ness is saying that, it's just so heartbreaking because I haven't been able to see her in a long time. And, they won't let me go. They would let me go see her. And now I find out that she said, no, it may be a lot of guilt on your part, Ness. The pastor said you left her in the place to die. She said that the only stipulation to visiting her was to come see her, but that was too much for you to do because you're a nonconformist, and she's not going to tell you when you can go see Naomi. But I mean, if Naomi was really that important, wouldn't you go to the pastor and see her, even if you are going to take her out and buy her liquor, because she's so important to you that you can't, that you're crying all these tears and you can't. I mean, you would have done that if she was. I mean, because hey, Naomi was important to you. What is it to go see the pastor? But you have guiltness, and see this guilt is real. This is some guilt about some real shit. So to quit coming out here using this fucking woman's life for fodder and for commentary and for motherfucking thank you for the cash out, thank you. Quit fucking playing. This is some real fucked up shit that you got here out here on this motherfucking street for fucking fodder. Go sit your motherfucking ass down. This ain't no game. Okay. So, uh, Naomi is a young lady, Ronnie Q. Okay, I thought that was the old girl. The old woman. Thank you for so that still is not a that still is nothing to play with. So crying I thought she was crying about Naomi and not being able to see. Oh, okay. So my whole self-righteous rant was in vain. But I'm self righteous, on any other. Drop her blood pressure would drop from withdrawals. Okay. Ness is trash. Okay, so that's the area we were trying to get. Quit fucking around with these people in these rehab facilities, bitch. If that's your only friends and shit, maybe that's a message that you may be able to reignite your friendships and your sobriety. You going over to the motherfucking rehab place, the motherfucking get friends to come to your house and get them fucked up. What type of motherfucking friend are they to you? Or is it just somebody to party with? Is it just somebody who got connections in Seattle that you can they can get you in, get you approved, get your motherfucking shit that you want. Is that what it is? Because surely if you just buying weed, fucking weed, is it you could go to a dispensary. Why are you plucking these people out of a motherfucking rehab uh, facility, and why are you trying to usurp the requirements to see these people? Something ain't right here. Maybe you need to be living there yourself, because you can get weed and alcohol readily. What the fuck you fucking around these motherfuckers with connections and shit who motherfucking life was on the skid? See, this ain't no motherfucking pay you gotta pay, you gotta have insurance. This motherfucker, you get in this motherfucker $500, not $5,500. And if you don't have that, they may take you in on case by case basis. You ain't even got to have nothing. These people allegedly is trying to help people, but you out here representing it as a cult. But why you keep going to the cult to get these people? These are people who are on the very dregs of society that don't have no insurance. It ain't like you going there to meet up with a friend who is a nurse, who works at this place and that place, and their job has an EAP program, and they put them through this recovery center. No, bitch, you fucking with motherfuckers who used to be on the skids, who was homeless and shit. What the fuck you going looking for friends over there? And if the bitch still there, you have been out of that motherfucker for a long time. So you mean to tell me that bitch still sitting up in the motherfucking recovery place? I mean, at some point she would have to leave. It was a 6-month period program. You have surely been out of that place a year, if not a year and a half. So is that where you go to find the new addicts who are can be lured into helping you procure shit on the street? See, because that's what it's looking like. See, that's what it's looking like. See, because I ain't never had no weed that good to make me act the way you act on Halloween. No weed and alcohol. And I ain't never been doing something and was the I just wanted to say fuck it, let's get fuck this show, fuck what I'm doing. Yes, we about to go somewhere. We feeling good. You was ready to turn that motherfucking camera off and say fuck this competition. You couldn't even sit there long enough to give out the motherfucking cash out, and you had the cash. So is that what weed and alcohol doing to you, or is it that Naomi who you plucked up out of the white girl, the one who my friend she's gonna see that one? Okay, so that maybe that's I'm sorry I got the old woman. Okay, so is that who you picking out of the motherfucker? Girl, go sit your ass down. You might want to go sit your ass down back over there at that motherfucking discipleship as well. It ain't going to interfere with your job. I hear that they actually give people real jobs too. Go sit the fuck down, Ness. Quit playing with people's lives and your own. That's all I got. Okay, so I'm gonna invite anybody up and see if you guys want to share anything. The floor is open. That's all I got. People out here playing with people's lives and like it's a game just to have some content on YouTube. The fuck is going on with these bitches? Okay, the link is pinned. If anybody want to come up and say anything, let me end the poll. Okay, let's see what's happening with the poll. Okay, so did Brooke so did Brooke read her poll results backwards? Yes, Baltimore school system, 36%. Uh, Stay gone, heifer. That's supposed to be a stay. Stay gone, heifer is a close 34%. Uh, did she address them the fake baby? 23% wanted to know that. Yes, she addressed the fake baby and she addressed it in saying that it's a real baby. It just didn't come out of her vajayjay, for JJ, but she is taking care of the baby. Okay. She gets she just came live, small. She didn't even read that poll. She just came live because she's an attention whore. 407 votes. Mylan, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate you. This poll took me out. Poll small. That bitch just was gonna come live regardless. Okay. Um, Let me see. Ain't Rainy Putz, the one doxing folks in her moderated group chat. That's what the streets are saying. I didn't hear the streets saying that. I did. Well, maybe that's me. What you mean? The streets are saying that. Rainy Putz says that she was going to look up somebody on Facebook. So that's what I got from that. Okay. So nobody's coming up. Nobody want to chit chat. Oh, that's Minnie. That's Minnie, not my man. That's Minnie. Thank you for coming, becoming a member, Minnie. Okay, so nobody has nothing to share. Nobody has something, anything to share. Okay, so who else? Uh, the real K Fit. She went live. I was just in and out yesterday. So you may want to go over to the real fake kit. You had Honest Row over there, uh, doubling down on this Shakimi thing. So I saw Lemon and Honest Row over there on K Fits. I got there that late. Like I say, I wasn't feeling well. And I'm gonna have to review the beginning of this because Shakimi is just hell bent on getting bent by Shakimi. It's just that it is what it is. He's going to any place he could possibly, you know, uh, honest real. It would be cheaper for you to, visit Detroit where he's going to be, as opposed to these uh places all across the country where you think he's going to be because he may get some money to go there and it's an event and this that, and the other. See, Detroit is much closer to Virginia, and he's going to be there in that little old ramshackle house, as opposed to, you can get a hotel in Detroit if you want to have do a staycation for him. Take him on a staycation. Quit blowing your money to go to the West Coast, to California, to Las Vegas, and all that shit. That can be money you can be spending on him, because you surely are a motherfucking trick. So save your money and trick that money off on him in Detroit. Do what tricks are known to do. Shit, you ain't got to be all over the motherfucking United States, nigga. Trick locally. Shit, goddamn. I know they say tricking ain't easy, but shit, does it have to be this complicated? What the fuck wrong with you? Anyway, so poor Ro. Bro needs some standards. All dick ain't good dick. I'm telling you. Yes, trick within trick within a, let's say, a 1,000-mile radius. God damn shit. You can be the man. That's why you ain't getting nobody, because shit, by the time you spend all that motherfucking money on airfare and rental car, you ain't got shit to spend on the motherfucking nigga that you going to see. So they just like, he all right and shit. But shit, if you was throwing that airfare money on that man, and you throwing that car rental money on that, he may keep you around for a little while, because they be like, oh, he dropping something on me. Shit. And he may drop something on you that you may like too. I mean, it's reciprocal. Come on. Get with the program. So you like what you see? Get with the program. You better get a hold on me. Get with the program, nigga. What's wrong with you? Okay. Hey, Miss Toby. Miss Toby, I think he's a peen pig and has set his sights on the possibility of getting the peen. We need that on a billboard, trick locally. Hell yeah. I have somebody in the back. Good morning,
Hello.
Miss Toby. Good morning, Miss Toby.
I'm sorry, I had to put you on mute on my TV. Okay, so my thing is, Honest Road can't find Peen where he live at.
Exactly. I don't understand it.
I don't understand the fascination with this peanut head guy. What's the
I don't. I mean,
fascination?
I cannot believe that he think that he is like close to being a star, just an discovered rap artist, and that he may be getting him on the first floor of his excel into stardom and all. I don't know. Does he really think that he is about to bed the next rap superstar? I don't know.
And are they supposed to meet up this weekend?
They are supposed to. Last I heard, Kim Shakim was on so many panels. I was not feeling well, so I just got bits and pieces of lives. So the last I heard, they were supposed to be meeting up in DC. If anyone in the chat know if that DC meetup is still a go, because who really believes that Shakim is going to meet him in DC. Shakim gave a timestamp that somebody else is in the back, that he had a 15-hour K Fitness issue.
Me,
He had
good
a
morning.
good morning. He said he had a 15-hour gray ride bus
Yes.
and he's also doing a show. This, why is it always red wrapped around a show. It's not like no, because I guess it's like Shakim just can't say he's coming to meet up with Rose, so he always had to show throw a fake show in there with the destination. Am I right?
I think his
But
show is virtual, isn't it?
yeah, I was about to
It-
say it's
they are.
online.
Oh, okay.
It's another
Yeah,
virtual show, but they are going to a concert. Good morning, Miss Toby. They are
yeah.
going to a concert in DC, a Rakim concert. They do not have
I'm sorry.
hotel reservations
I'm
yet.
sorry.
They don't know whether they're going to stay at a hotel or an Airbnb.
Uh,
Shakim is taking a Greyhound bus that will take 15 hours to get there and 15 hours to get home. Um, Roe is only going to be there, I think he
Instead of
said from
flying,
instead of flying.
I thought he
He's
made over
he
a
said
hundred
that he
thousand
wants to
dollars.
read a book and clear his mind. That's what he said.
I did hear that thing. I haven't had a time to read a book, and I really need to clear my mind. And it being on YouTube all the time, I just
Well,
really
Ronnie too. Couldn't he read a book if he wasn't on YouTube 24/7?
yes, he
He
could
sure could.
if he wasn't
He could
hopping
read
on
a
there
book on the
everybody's
plane.
channel. Yeah, he sure could. I mean, come on.
He could, and I asked Honest Rose several times last night. I said, "Are you? What if he doesn't come? What are you gonna be? What are you gonna do?" He's like, "No, I believe he's going to come because it's a makeup trip."
Oh my
And I
God.
asked him about the concert tickets. He was like, "No, it's a makeup trip." So yeah, we have the tickets. I didn't get clarification on whether Honest Row actually had his own ticket in his possession. So I did not get that part, but he said that they've narrowed down, I guess, some hotels that he likes. And it's still up in the air whether it's going to be a double bedroom or a king size bedroom. Not sure with that one. But
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Double beds in the room, or not a just one queen size as in a double bed. No, a queen size is a
it would
double.
be two queen size double beds or either a king size. Because you know, when you reserve, they
Yeah,
ask you, do you
two
want double
queens.
beds
That's
or
what
the
I'm
king
saying.
size? Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thinking as a queen size is a double bed, but they mean double queen size in the room
Yes, ma'am.
or a king size. Okay, okay.
So that wasn't clear as of yet. But I did ask Lemon. I was like, Lemon, if you travel 15 hours to go see somebody, are you sleeping in a double bedroom or a king size? He was like, a king size. Are you crazy? So there was that. But anyway, he said he narrowed down, but there's no reservations at all yet. And that Shakim may be staying, I think he's staying until Monday, I believe. But Ro is only staying until Sunday because he has to get back to work on Monday morning.
So wait a
So
minute.
there's that.
So well, at least he's leaving in time to get back to work. Does Roe has a have you confirmed that Roe has procured an actual ticket?
To fly, he's going to drive because he's only a couple of
That's right.
hours away. He's only a
2 hours.
couple of
That's
hours
4 hours.
away, so he is going to drive. So I guess if he doesn't show up, he can always drive back home. I did tell him to, put on his community wall like when he gets there because there's plenty of people that are in that DMV area
Now
that he might could link up with.
I hear he's supposed to meet oh my god, meet up with a real Mama Fifi.
Yes, I heard that as well. I think
Okay.
they're supposed to go to the concert together.
Oh, and is
Yes. And a
and
girl
Yeah, I
named
just.
Eyes, you remember that
Oh,
was the
yeah,
one that
yeah.
accidentally sent all that money to
Uh-huh.
Conscious
To
Energy.
conscious energy. Oh,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So they're supposed to be meeting too, and I'm guessing she's gonna like hang out with them or some sort, but there's really no itinerary set beyond the concert. And he said that they were gonna go out, they were gonna drink because I asked him, was he gonna be on that Taylor port? Because he was on that Taylor port the other night and I nicknamed him Soprano Row because he was no
Oh,
longer talking in a whisper. He was talking in a soprano level voice. Um,
I
So,
don't know why they
he
drink.
was giggling and
Wait,
kikiing and
well,
stuff.
wait a minute.
Hmm.
Fit. Well, I like Shakim, and I don't know exactly what we gonna do if we gonna get an Airbnb or we may get a room, but yeah, I like honest. I like Shakim. Yeah, he talks like that.
Yep.
So what are they trying to do? Are they trying to turn this into a Wiley and Rico part two?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. All I know it's a makeup trip. That's all I know. I know when I go on makeup trips,
Is the
Well,
nigga taking a
well,
15
someone,
hour
well, someone,
date?
well,
Go
someone
ahead.
in the chat said that Honest Rose said that he could give a person three chances. No, you don't. You won't give nobody no three chance. Somebody stand you up. They stood you up one time. One time is enough. Honest.
well, I tried to get out of him last night. If it doesn't happen, how will you respond? And he kept saying, no, I really believe he's going to come because he doesn't want the ramifications pretty much of not showing up, that the pressure is really on him. And I'm just like, I don't know. But I told him, we're rooting for you, Ro. We're rooting for
So
you.
we are at the part in this conversation about them meeting up that this is a sexual rendezvous or a romantic, maybe not sexual. This is to be a romantic rendezvous. We have pulled out all of the curtains and the fake. Oh, I'm just going to see him perform. This is now being presented as a rendezvous. Am I correct to assume that?
I mean, when people use language like it's a makeup trip,
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Yeah,
that's kind of how I'm looking at it, like a makeup trip. But they insisted they're friends.
Yeah, but I
I
don't make up trips with my homegirls.
Me either. I make up trips with
yeah.
my mans. My
Yeah,
man. I
that's
go with
Yeah,
why.
my man.
yeah.
That's what made me ask that question. Like, okay, we didn't pulled all the covers off of this Shim Sham, this what it is in the rap concert, and I'm a fan, and all we like makeup trip.
I know. I When he said that, I said, "Oh, okay. So it's a makeup trip." He was like, "Yep, it's a makeup trip." And I was like, "Okay." And he's very certain that as he calls him, honest road. So in my life I like kind of broke this down, but late in the midnight hour one night I was over there in Shakim's bushes, and honest road was calling him Kimmy baby in the chat.
Huh?
Yeah,
Verbally or just
in
typing
the
that
typing it out,
typing.
Kimmy
Okay.
baby.
Mm.
Kimmy baby. I was like,
And
oh, okay.
was he acting like he didn't see what Ro was saying, or was he, engaging in with Ro when he was
Well,
being called that?
you
Sometimes
know
you act like, oh, I didn't see you write that in the chat.
it was like banter back and forth, but I think, they say that Shakim says he cares for Honest Row. He
Look
As
cares
at
a
for
money and
friend,
look at money and power. They know exactly what I was gonna do when but Kifed was talking. When I come home from
mm.
working, you're
but
on
how
the
does
phone
well how does
talking
Shakim
about how bad I treat you.
oh my
Please
God, Ronnie
tell
T.
me I'm wrong. Break up to make up. That's all we do. You can join.
Mm.
First you love me, then you hate me. That's a game
Oh,
for
fool.
fools. All right, that's it.
Bravo, bravo.
So look,
Mm-hmm.
does Shakim what does he identify himself? Does he identify himself as heterosexual, bisexual,
Gay,
homosexual, or
gay for pay.
pansexual, or hobosexual?
Gay for pay.
Well, in one instance, he says he's hetero. He, likes women. But then, we've seen past videos where he's been like, I'm gay for pay. Like, I don't know whether he was joking or not. I'm not sure. Um, but so there's not haven't been any real confirmation as to like this is what I am. I don't know.
Right there. Gay for pay. That's my answer.
Not stupid and gay. Okay, Spicy Dicey. Thanks for unblocking me, Spicy Dicey. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I said, Honest Row, are you going to be dancing? Honest Row likes to dance. I asked him, was he going to have his hands on his knees, bow, bow, bow. I don't know.
Oh my God.
He said he was going to be dancing. He was like, Rakim has music you can dance to, right? I'm like, yeah. So I don't know. They said they're going to go to restaurants and bars. They're going to be having drinks and all
Either
of that
way.
stuff.
But who's
I
gonna
wonder if they're
pay?
going to have. I
My
wonder if they're going
concern,
to have a
but,
mystery person show up and buy them
but see,
drinks.
okay, because my concern is I don't want Ro to pay for everything.
He said he wasn't. When I asked him, I said, "Honest Road, did you pay for those tickets?" He said, "Oh no, no, no. This is a makeup trip. This is a makeup trip." So I was like, "Okay." Rose seems to have it, under control. But I told him, I said, "Go ahead, Soprano Ro. Okay, boo thing.
Mm, I don't know,
Okay."
I don't know how they drink that Taylor Port.
I don't know either.
Ugh, I thought it was really like a dessert wine, but
It is, but you can also cook with it. I think you're really technically supposed to cook with it.
yeah, from my understanding, but
Uh-huh.
it's not very expensive. But everybody said they be getting.
Honest Road told me last night that it was actually $8.88.
Yeah, Mary said it's a cooking wine. So is it because the way they act, it's equivalent to like back in the day, Cisco.
Uh-huh. Boone's Farm, all that stuff. Yup.
Yeah, Boone's Farm. Hey, Papa. Good morning. But yeah, that's what the Lord Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a
I
broke
found it
man's
interesting.
wine and dine. Okay.
Yeah, but once they get on that thing, they be on demon time over there down at the Playhouse.
Yeah, the only person I ever know that really, was drinking Taylor Port was, one of the mommies from the mommy sector. She used to drink Taylor Port almost every night.
Well, I have never heard of Taylor Port until they started talking about it over here.
Me either.
Thank you guys for filling in. Okay, so
Mm.
now that Dune, but not I never had Dune's Farm, but I drank some Cisco on a dare because one of my homeboys said that they used to get fucked up with it when they were kids and teenagers, and they weren't supposed to have it. And then I'm like, oh, they was like, oh, we used to get fucked up, fucked up. So I was like, oh, I want to get fucked up. So I went to the liquor store and I was looking for Cisco. I didn't know where to find it, and then I'm looking in the coolers. It is all the way in the bottom shelf. It has a dust on the lid, and I bought two. I bought two, and
Not a
then I went
dusty
home.
lid.
Yes, girl, it had dust on the lid. It was on the bottom shelf. It had dust
Mm.
on the lid, and then I was like, it didn't dawn on me. You know what I'm saying? I was a novice. I just wanted to get fucked up on something I never. And I heard it was a wine, and they had different flavors, and I go home and I grill me some salmon, and I had me some greens and rice with the salmon
Girl,
on
you
the.
know Simon
Oh yeah,
and Cisco.
yes, girl. And
Mm.
while I was cooking, I put the Cisco in the free. I poured it in a wine glass, a whole bitch. I
Tried to
was
elevate it a little bit.
like,
I get
hey.
it. Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and then I ate that shit, and it was so thick going. I was like, "What's this? Why is it so thick?" And it was thick, and it was nasty. And then every time I ever thought of Cisco for a actual year, I got my stomach did a flip and stuff because I was so sick off of that one little glass of Cisco. It was disgusting. I never so yeah, that's what that Taylor port puts me in the mind of something like that. I'm pretty sure it's really thick and stuff.
More only Q they used to call Cisco crack in the bottle.
Hmm.
Listen, I don't blame them.
Yeah, they
Look,
used to call it crack in the bottom.
Sassy said, I mean, I drunk mine through a straw. Oh man, that gets you extra messed up. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So that is my rock gut liquor story, and I thought, I just wanted to,
Oh,
have fun.
I was more of a mad dog 2020. I ain't gonna lie. That was
I've
back
never had.
that was back in the day.
We did
I not
Boone's Farm in college. That was
now.
our thing. And that Russian vodka, I forgot what it's called, but it was like really cheap. Like, oh gosh. Ugh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They have that Kamchatka vodka on the West Coast. I'm pretty sure it's not this. It's spelled Kamchatka or something like that. But I know you're not talking about Smirnoff, right?
Does she keep going in and out when you're
I know
Yeah.
you're
in?
not. I know you're not talking about Smirnoff, right?
It wasn't Smirnoff. It was something else. It's really cheap though. It was like super cheap.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Smirnoff gives me a headache.
Smirnoff smells like rubbing alcohol. Like
rubbing
I can't
alcohol.
get past that part. Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it gives me a headache. I can't drink that anymore.
yeah,
Like back
and
in the
it
day, yeah,
and
but
it,
not anymore.
it has the consistency of rubbing alcohol as well. See, because that yeah. So I had a friend, another friend. He I was like, yeah, bring something to drink when you come over. And I was a vodka drinker. And he came over here with a pint of something that was Kamcha. At first, I thought it was Smirnoff, and I was like, "What the?" And then he's like, "Oh no, it ain't Smirnoff." He said, "This cheaper than Smirnoff." And then I was like,
cheaper than
what is
Smirnoff.
cheaper than Smirnoff?" Like, right? So, so then, he poured it, and it smelled like straight rub. Who was that? Who was that? The cat purring.
Tiana Hush.
I thought that was the cat purring. And then I was like, I'm not gonna let me taste that first. And I taste the thing. I put it in my mouth, and all the moisture in my mouth evaporated. Just
Yep.
it took all the moisture out of my mouth, and I was like, oh my god, this is trash. I was like, "Ah, I don't want none of that. I do not want any of that. I mean, because it was just like rubbing alcohol. Like he evaporated all the moisture in my mouth, my tongue, my cheek, and no, it was horrible.
Oh, don't forget
What
about
about
Wild Irish Rose. Yep,
Wild
that was
Iris
one.
Rose? I was just
Mm-hmm.
about to highlight that. I'd never been. I like that's the worst alcohol. Those two were the worst ones I ever drank, because I wasn't a young drinker who had to sneak drinks and all that type of stuff. So I started drinking over the drinking age, so I was able to go get what I want.
Yeah, I didn't really start
Belvedere, I
drinking
like
until
Belvedere.
Belvedere is very smooth. I didn't really start
Hmm.
drinking until I got into college, and even then, because I was an athlete, you know, it really wasn't like.
Well, I'm not gonna tell you when I start drinking now.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can tell us when you start drinking.
I think I was like in the 10th grade because we would have parties at that particular time. I went to a predominantly white school, so we would have
Oh.
parties, and they would have keg parties too
Hmm.
on the
Yeah,
weekends. So I would
they
go to the
always.
but then we would also be drinking besides the beer. Yeah.
No, I never had, and I was a good girl. I never had nothing. I had never even snuck any alcohol. But on my prom night, um, my homegirl, she used to mess around with this gangbanger, and you really weren't considered a real gangbanger because they didn't bang like, that's when gang banging was like, the dudes walking down that's when the people would have the big boom box and shit and walk around the neighborhood with their ties tied around their head. that was the most banging that they did in our city because it wasn't like we lived in South Central or anything like that. So it's like a fashion statement or whatever. But on prom night, she came up to me. She said, "Guess what I got?" And she had a pin. What did they call a pin? Rolled weed, and it was rolled in white paper, and it was a pinhead uh piece of weed. And she was like,
Wow.
"Oh." So we go to the bathroom, and I don't even know nothing. And that was like my first time somebody like even presented weed for me to, and I'm like, okay, you just hit it like a. But we she couldn't even pull off that shit. It was so tiny that she couldn't pull off that shit, and she kept on trying to open the end up to let the smoke come through. And then she's like, "You get something?" I was like, "I guess." But shit,
Lord run
yeah,
with you.
I was just green, green, green.
Hey, fan. Who else
So,
spoke? Somebody else
yeah.
spoke to us.
Hey, fan. But before
Oh,
I get down, because I got to get to work. Thank you, Ronnie Q, for sharing out my hair care, my wash day
Mm,
video. I really
I
appreciate
never
oh
it.
knew it.
yes,
Lord
You know,
Jesus.
yes.
I
that's
never
made
knew
a
that somebody,
kerfuffle for sure.
I never knew somebody washing their head was going to cause a lot of drama within the sector. I mean, Jesus.
I
And
mean,
I
wow.
think
I didn't either,
I
especially
didn't,
because when my channel, it clearly says on it lifestyle, beauty, and
Hmm.
gossip. So part of beauty is showing like routines, your regimens, things like that. So I never thought that it would be. And actually, the wash day video, I can't even take the credit for it. I got to give the credit to Choreo Lover. She had left me a comment after my morning skincare routine, and asked me, could I do what I do with my hair in between going to get my hair done from my stylist. I said, "Oh, you know what? That's a good idea." And I'll do it. So I gotta give credit to Choreo Lover there.
so basically it's all her fault. That everybody,
It's all we're gonna blame Choreo Lover, guys. Everybody blame
But
Choreo. It is
but
all her fault.
so let
and
me ask you
also
a question.
oh, wait a
Sure.
minute. Oh, I'm about to be shady.
Go ahead.
I didn't know washing your hair meant that you was shallow either. I didn't know that.
Child,
Shallow.
not with that girl, not with that badass blonde wig of hers on her head. Like, please.
Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know. Are you
Yes.
trying to say that a muskrat called you shallow just because you did a hair care video?
Yes. And that I'm
Oh,
trying
okay.
to make myself so superior than everybody else. And I'm just like, well, since you know what what coffee I drink, what water I drink, what I bathe in, since you know that, go ahead and buy these products so that you'll know what I wash my hair into.
Oh my
Um,
god.
since that is,
Oh, I forgot it. It was just because she used, and I use those products too. And okay, so no, everything. See, that is kind of what misery ish. The Kara on or what is that? Single white female ish. Trying to or silence with the lamb. Let's say, just really want to be in your skin. But I mean, it wouldn't stretch that far, but uh, you know what I'm saying. But okay, so what I Miss Toby made me forget what I wanted to say. Okay,
I
so what you doing
apologize.
is no, I got it back. So what you do? I was blaming you because I be having mind parts. So it's you're here. Why not blame you? So what you doing this hair care? I mean this
Mhm,
skin care and this lifestyle thing. Uh,
mhm.
I wonder why you didn't think to just come to your computer and go live with say like a mask on your face or a pore cleaner strip on your face. That didn't strike you to do that your skincare that way to let us understand that you are doing skincare. That's not how you do skincare.
I mean, I guess to each his own, but as for me, I
Oh
would
my
rather
Lord
film it and
Jesus.
do it as an upload.
Mm,
That's just the
mm.
way.
Oh my Lord
Oh,
Jesus.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
That's the way
But
that's my preference. You know what I'm
and
saying?
I like that you showed a black owned business. I like that you showed that you actually use these products and
Mm-hmm.
get the word out about her business, and that is a vegan product for people. A lot of those fashion Instagram girls and stuff, they are, looking leaning into more vegan products as well. So you're right on trend with what's really going on in the world. So thank you for those uploads, and I hope that you can help people to get their skin in check instead of piling on spackles of foundation and stuff that don't let their skin breathe. So
Yeah, and I just and listen, I have no problem with weave or tape-ins, clip-ins. I have no issue with that. I get sew-ins from time to time, too, or I even own clip-ins. But like I also have been, on this because I used to dye my hair a lot. Like I've had red hair, I've had browns, highlights, all these different things, but I wanted my hair, when you color your hair, it's a lot of work.
hmm
So I wanted to grow the color out and I wanted to see how long I could actually get my hair. And
hmm
so we let my hair grow out and I wore protective styles for like 2 years straight. Didn't touch my hair outside of in between the styles. That's it. And the washing with the braids or whatever that I had in my hair, but I wouldn't actually see my hair without, out of the braids and things like that, except for in between when I was changing styles. So
and it's going right back up in braids anyway for the
that
protective stuff. Yeah.
that's exactly what it was doing. And we did that, every 3 months. It would unbraid it and because I would do mainly sew-ins. Unbraid it, clip my ends, treat my scalp, treat my hair, because what she actually does, she opens up a fresh aloe. And actually, I was talking to her yesterday. We're going to do a video of me going and getting my hair done where she cuts open the aloe. She does a steam treatment with the fresh aloe on my head.
hmm
Um, to show what that looks like, and it opens up your hair follicles, it does all of that, and then she braids it back down, does the sew in, and then I keep moving, and I did that for about 2.5 years. And once my hair was out, we were like, wow. And now I get my ends clipped very regularly, so it's very minimal hair that has to be clipped now, because split ends do travel.
Travel
So
up the
yep,
shaft.
they'll travel up. Yep. And then that's what forces a lot of people to have to actually do that big chop. So, really, one of the biggest things, if you want your hair to really grow healthy, get those ends clipped as much as possible.
Yeah, and it may look like, if your hair is like dense, and then as it get down to the ends, it's like a sheer curtain. Uh
Yep.
that's why it's like that. And a lot of people don't want to uh cut the ends up to where it's like thick, but you can do it in phases. You can
Yep.
get a little bit taken, and
Uh
then
huh.
6 to 8 weeks get it cut some more, because you have grown some new growth. And so you just get it until you get to the point where all of that split ends are taken off. And the less split ends you have, the more your hair will grow. People think like, oh no, I know it's split ends, but I just want to hang on to this little length. It's better to actually cut that stuff off, and your hair will grow much quicker
It's because
without
it's
those
dead
split ends.
weight. It's literally
Yeah.
dead weight on your hair. Like it's literally dead weight. So I get mine clipped all the time, and like I do exactly what she says in between. I typically see her once a week, but she's on vacation right now. But so when she or if I can't get into her chair, I know what to do at home, and I don't really put too much heat on my hair besides the initial, wash and blow dry. And I wrap it up at night. I try not to use a lot of ponytails because that tension is not really that good for your hair either, even though I love to wear a good ponytail. Um, and I just, again, in my video, I tell you, she even knows when I don't drink a lot of water by my scalp. But that's
hmm
somebody who's very into, they know their craft, right? And she educated me about, and I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I can tell you didn't have as much water. Like, you need to drink a little bit more water. And then I can also tell once I did ramp up my water intake, my growth in my hair definitely changed. Like it grows very fast. And yeah, that's pretty much that. Her
Well,
products do very well for my head. For sure. Like it just does.
it's it seems like your hair is kind of like a plant, or a flower.
Mhm. Mhm.
Once the if you're growing roses, if you have a rose bush in your yard and stuff, after the rose, starts dying off, it's best to pick the dying roses off, prune the dying roses off, because people be like, oh, it has a little, you can still see. I don't want, or some people don't even prune it, but prune it off at all, but that prevents more from coming in. And what do you want to have, this dead rose where you can still see it's a rose, or you want it to the energy to go into growing new roses? That's what trimming your hair is, you know, kind of like doing. And the water intake is kind of like also growing jazz. Here's Florio Lover. She's coming up. Let me put a
Okay.
banner up because Shakim may have stolen Choreo Lovers, and he take that Choreo Lovers at you.
It's me.
Okay.
Corio, I have to blame you for this. It's all your fault, darling.
I I was coming up to apologize,
You're so fine,
but
please.
since they got mad, we gonna make them madder. Okay,
Uh-oh.
okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll be contacting you with
Okay.
with more,
Ideas and things.
interactive.
Sure. I'm
Yes,
here for it. I am definitely here for it because I'm more of a content girly than I am, a gossip girl, right? I'm more of a
I know.
content girl than a gossip
Well,
girl,
well,
but
I know what
mhm.
will get them in their feelings. See, you wake up at a regular time, and
Yes.
you always say, "I work out." That
Yes.
would be a great. That
Oh,
would
that's
be a
gonna be one
great.
of my next. That's gonna be that's
Mhm.
in I have a board, a list of things, and that's on the board.
So you can break it up into upper body and resistant training, or full body, or lower body. So it's so many different avenues that you can break it up, or just do a full body a
I'm
workout.
a
So
resistance training girl because I'm already lean, right? And I don't
uh
like to really bulk up that
you don't want
much.
to bulk.
And yeah, I like to keep my cuts. And I'm actually back working on my legs again because I kind of neglected them a little bit when I had my car accident. I wasn't able to. And now that I'm able to get back in it, it's quicker to get out of shape than it is in shape, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm back working on that. And it's literally things you can do in the house, right in
There.
your living room, like literally.
Mm-hmm.
And all it takes is about 30 minutes a day to really get what you need to get done. But it's high impact too. It's not a lot of resting in between. Like you've got to get to it
Mm-hmm.
for sure. So that is definitely on the board to do for sure.
Well, can I ask you a question, K-Fed?
Sure.
Do you have okay, for someone like I told you guys, I had two back surgeries. Do you have
Hmm.
anything like what type of exercises could one do if they had back surgery? Like what's a good type of exercise? Like I'm really into like I go to water therapy, but I want to do some exercises to see because I go to
Yeah,
water
I would do
therapy for my back.
yoga. Yoga helped me because I had a back injury in my car accident. And yoga, people think yoga is all about zen. Yoga really works your body out because you're stretching. And the older you get, that's really where you want to kind of do, you want to stretch your body out more and you shed pounds. Like I do hot yoga too. Now, hot yoga, you're going to sweat. Um,
Someone
and
said chair
Chair
yoga.
yoga.
yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
they have
uh-huh,
that.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
okay. I
Try
have to look
that.
Anything
that up.
yoga
Google it.
related
Google it.
lines your body because I have bulging, I have torn disc in my back from the accident because we were rear-ended. So
Mm.
I have torn disc. So for a while I couldn't do anything for a while. But one way my physical therapist eased me back into working out was had me go into do therapy, into do yoga. And it almost realigns your body. It helps you realign like your body. So I would definitely look into like yoga. I do yoga once a week. Just for the stretching part too. It just makes you feel You work a lot of muscles. I am going to start doing Pilates, and Pilates you stretch way more. Like it's
Yeah.
intense. It is
Yeah,
very
because
intense.
you're like really kind of trying to
Mhm.
confine your muscles
Yep.
and hold them. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yep. And you're on machines that are stretching you
Mm-hmm.
as well. And you have to keep your balance a lot. And it's tough, but it's slow. Like it's not like fast paced, like, the gym or like a workout class. Pilates is a lot slower
Yeah, but
and
you
more
are
centralized. Hmm.
yeah, but you and I like that because a lot of times that people get hurt on doing
Hmm.
gym machines and things because they are not even understanding what muscle they are supposed to be
Right.
working. They just think they're just pulling their arms up. But if you use your mind to understand and to exercise this particular muscle, that's when you get the centralized and the better workout from being on these machines. Not when you are doing the exercise rightly and knowing what exercise you're doing. So I think that the Pilates is better because it's no doubt what muscles you're gonna have to
Right.
use to keep your balance and continue to stretch your legs out wider and wider. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google chair yoga because I see that lady Tia also says chair yoga, so I'm gonna Google that today. But like I said, I do water therapy where I go to. It's a facility I go to. And you're like
Mhm.
in a It's not a pool. It looks like a hot tub, but they put different things. Y'all probably seen it before. They put different things in a pool and you're floating. It's like floating water.
Mhm. I know my mom does aquatic aerobics and she loves it. So that may be something
Yeah, I
you
was
look
looking in
into
that and looking
too.
into that too at the Y because they have that a
Hmm.
lot at the Y.
She loves it. Like she loves it. And she does it, I think, twice a week, and she absolutely loves it. And it keeps her she's pretty lean too. It keeps her where she likes to be, and it's that movement, right? You got to keep your blood flowing, that circulation, and
Yeah,
moving is just not only is it physically healthy, it's mentally healthy as
yeah.
well. So
Cause
no,
I'm gonna
yeah.
tell you, ain't nothing like back pain. And the thing is, people
Oof.
don't realize they look at you and they think that you don't have back pain, but back pain, I'm telling you, child, it's the worst.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. My whole entire my spine, I had swelling all up and down my spine after the car accident. It was bad. Like I couldn't move hardly. Like I literally it- the way I was walking, like just imagine a rod, like a steel rod through your body. That's kind of like how I was walking, like I was like a machine almost. It was just weird, like a tin man. I was kind of like walking
I'm
like that. It was
saying,
just
yeah.
it was really bad. It was really bad. But yeah, try aquatic aerobics is really good. And yes, I'm gonna do a lot of stuff like so y'all can see really what I do and how to fit it in with being a mom too. And being on the go and still having your own personal life, as well. Because people think when you're a mom, you lose everything else, which I have, before, which is natural. But, you can come around and say, no, women have to understand you're a woman first, then your mom. And that was something I had to understand. So, yeah, I'm going to give everybody some nice peeks and ideas and fun. Like, it doesn't always have to be so dark and hateful and mean. Like, let's have
But
fun.
even when you're given a
Oh,
piece and that and everything, it may be a little there may be a little angst to uh, that you put in other people, but maybe that'll help them get up and enjoy in the lifestyle of living.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
that's the
oh no,
purpose,
my,
right?
I have chronic back pain, so it don't have nothing to do with no glutes. Mm-mm.
well, I'm gonna get down. I just wanted to come up and
Well, and apologize that it's all
yeah,
your fault.
yes, 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 because Ronnie Q has a habit of telling me that I start stuff. So,
I'll let you know.
you know,
I will let you know.
But Corio, it was your idea, so actually I appreciate it because the video is
no,
doing actually very well,
oh,
very well.
Mm.
A lot. I have over 100 comments under it. Just people like, "Oh my
Oh
God, thank
wow.
you.
Oh
I
well, that's
like this
good.
type of content." Yeah, like a lot of people were liking it. I even was getting messages saying, "Girl, I like this. Like, I really like this version of you. Your angles were spot on, how you spoke, like, I could understand it.
Mhm.
It was easy to follow. Like, I really enjoyed it. The editing was great. Like, and literally I edited on my phone. Like, you really can do so much on your phone. It just takes time to do it. So
Well, see, that
I'm
type of
enjoying
video
it.
might push you in another area too, so that's a good thing.
Well, yeah, and
That's a very good thing.
that's kind of, the goal. Again, my gossip is only one day a week, right? And everything else, I'm about to upload my trip to Houston. Like, I'm about to upload, me being in the airport for 4.5 hours waiting, and like little pieces and glimpses of that too. So,
Okay, let
I
me
just
have
want to have
I
fun
have
with
a
it.
question. I
Sure.
have a question. So, are you a organized closet girl?
Yes.
Okay, that would be a great video. I love
Yes.
closet organized closets videos. This is
Oh
where
my
I
god,
Mm-hmm.
put this,
let me
and
tell you,
this is
oh
how
my
I do
god.
that. And
Uh-huh.
I am
Uh-huh.
always make sure my empty bags are stuffed so they
Uh-huh.
won't use
Uh-huh.
their shape.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I want to
Ronnie
see that.
too. You will
Yes.
love. Okay, so you will love painting Charles her closet room. You will love hers. You need
Uh
to check her out. Well, Aaliyah is no
okay.
longer in Aaliyah face. She's no longer in Atlanta, but she has a nice closet now too, because she has she's living in Dubai now, so her closet is nice too. Yeah, I like stuff like that.
You know who closet I want to see as well from the B
Who?
sector? The Bushes.
Oh, the Bushes. I seen her closet one night when she
Uh-huh.
went off
I
on
see
That's
a
my
little
girl.
Uppity.
I
When she
see a
went off on
little
Uppity. When she went
yeah,
off on Uppity and she went her closet, you could tell it's a nice closet.
yes, yeah, and I want to see a real blown out closet tour of the Bushes closet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to get
Okay.
down. You guys have a good
Thank you, Choreo
Bye,
Lover, for
Corey. My
starting
problem
something.
is I actually have a storage unit full of stuff.
Oh,
um,
hold on one
yeah.
second.
Okay.
Olivia?
Hey, I just came up to say something to K Fit real fast if you
Hi,
guys
Miss
don't mind.
Olivia. How are you?
Hello. Oh, I'm okay.
Good.
I heard you, talking about the other types of videos that you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And one trick that could further you along in that and take you just and so that your videos will circulate every place else. And I'm sure you know, but when you go to tag your videos, if you
Mm-hmm.
do a little quick research and find a couple of content creators that are doing what you are, like if you're doing a haircut video, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
might want to go to the haircut sector real fast, find a couple of women that are doing haircut videos, tag their name in your video. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And so
Okay.
it'll take your videos further than the B sector. And
Okay.
like it's just if you're doing a travel video, find a couple of travel vloggers or whatever, put their
Okay.
name in the tags,
Okay.
and it'll carry it out of the B sector. So that's one way you can move around when it comes to content. That's what I do. That's the only reason why I'm
Okay.
saying that. And I'm
Thank you for
That
always
is a
that.
good
moving
idea.
around.
That is a good
Okay.
I will
idea.
definitely put that on my to-do list of
Yeah.
things.
In the description box when you're setting up your video, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
tag
Yeah,
them.
the description box. Yeah, that part. Not like not over the top of the title, but down
Right,
there
in the
where it says
description part.
tag it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
I
part.
will do that. I will make sure that I do that. Yeah, because I'm gonna have like traveling videos. I'm also gonna do some traveling videos with my son to
Yeah,
show what it's like to travel with an autistic kid.
yeah,
And how
yeah.
we maneuver
Absolutely.
That's
through.
really
So
There's
good.
a
Yeah.
yeah.
whole very very big section on YouTube. I can't think of any of the names right now. Where they talking about raising autistic children, living autistic life as adults, and all of that. Cause I pop over there every once in a while, my own self, cause of my niece, and so I
Hmm.
like to watch those videos.
It's one lady in particular that I watch a lot, and her and her son have traveled all around the world. I can't
Mm.
remember her name
Oh,
right off the top of my
I
head.
know who you talking about. Seen a couple of her videos too.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. And it's
Oh
just
my
her and her
goodness, I
son. They
love
go
them.
everywhere, and he can get through that airport better than most adults.
Yes, I
Mm-hmm,
watched that. I watched them.
mm-hmm,
Oh, what is
mm-hmm.
her name?
It makes you
I
tear up
gotta
because
see any
you
one.
become so proud of them, right? It's like, oh my
Yes,
God,
oh my
yes,
God.
like because you know what it takes. It takes a lot. It's not
It
easy.
takes a lot. It takes a village.
hmm
Yeah,
It does.
yeah,
It definitely
yeah.
does.
Yeah, my baby was nonverbal until a couple of years ago,
Um,
you know.
my son,
And then,
he's well, if you watched my video last night, he made an appearance last night.
oh, did
In the
he?
background, yes.
Okay.
Because he decided to come out of his room. He was laying down when had started,
How
and
old is
then
your baby?
he's 8.
Oh, he's eight. Oh,
Yeah, and he
yeah,
decided
y'all.
to come out, and I said, "Can you go back in your room or my room?" And he told everybody, "No, thank you." Very clear.
Was
Well,
all
well,
he was all
well.
in the baby's business.
Have
He
we
was having a
realized
good
that my
time.
niece could be verbal is cause she's got really long hair, right?
hmm
And every time she would get her hair done, she would say beep 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 beep. And then my niece said she is saying baby. I said no, she said stop. Okay.
hmm
But she,
hmm
she didn't want her haircut, but she kept saying beep 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 beep. And so one
hmm
day I went over and I said, what's going on, Lele? And she pointed at her mom and said, beep 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 beep. I said, stop, Pam, we ain't gonna do it no more. We just gonna wait till later. And she stopped saying it.
I just have
And
something real
so
quick and I'm strapped down. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Olivia.
Go
huh?
ahead. Go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
Coriel.
Um, K Fit, I'm sure you know this, and Rainy Put said it down in the chat too. You may want to separate your beauty from beef sector so when others come over, they're not seeing all that mess. You know,
I have my backup page, Cousin K, so
uh,
I may eventually put all that
yeah,
like
eventually.
over
Yeah.
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
you got another channel. I didn't know you had another channel, Casey. I mean,
Not,
hmm
yeah,
not
My
Okay.
cousin
Cousin
K.
K is when I gotta cuss somebody slap the hell out.
Can y'all try
Which
to find the moderators or put it in the chat? Cousin
Yeah.
K.
Coriel Lover, can you put her cousin K in the chat so people can sign up and for that live
Oh,
because
I'm sorry,
you
Ronnie,
know
too. I didn't mean to
these
be
little
overburdened.
oh you're good these
Mhm.
little beauty these little beauty lifestyle videos may have her to have to cut some motherfucker out, just
you come over no
right.
early as
So we
12,
definitely
you
need
know.
her backup page so we'd be able to find her.
Yes, but yes, my son definitely made a cameo. He told me no thank you quite a few times last night. He was back there
Well,
singing. He was jumping on his trampoline.
well,
He was, he was like, "No, I'm here," and the audience seemed to love it. They were
Hey,
like,
oh,
"No, let him
absolutely.
have
It's
it."
just your baby. What the hell? He
They
likes
were
to join the
like,
fun.
yeah, he was really the star of the show last night.
Yeah,
It was quite it
yeah,
was funny. I asked him, I said, "Can I talk to my friends?" And he kind of looked at me and I said, "I'm just trying to talk to my friends right now. Can I talk to my friends?" I said, "Can you
well,
go in your room?" He said, "No, thank you." And I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
okay.
thank you. Oh, well,
All
he's
right."
not nonverbal then if he's
Well,
talking.
nonverbal means slower to respond.
Right,
He
right.
didn't he didn't speak at
It
all
sounds,
for a while. And
well, it
then
sounds like he's doing good though.
right
Does he go
around
to therapy?
Yes, he goes to speech
Okay,
twice a week, occupational therapy twice a week, and he goes to
cool,
ABA therapy 5 times a
cool,
week.
cool, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Does he
hmm
go to special school and regular school or just special school?
He I just got him into a private school that specializes
Okay.
for exactly his level because he's considered a level 3 autistic child, right
Okay.
for his level, and it'll be
Mm.
pretty much one-on-one teaching until he can
Mm.
cross that threshold, and then they'll
Mhm.
move him, and it'll be 4 kids in a class, and then they kind of grow it. But it's a small school. The
Okay.
school is only about 40 kids.
Okay.
But they specialize. It's expensive, but they specialize in it, and it's worth
That's
it though.
awesome. It's awesome
It
that you got
it
her in that program. The only reason we chose not to do that. Now she does her. We call it special school, of course,
right.
3 times a week. But she also goes to public school on purpose twice a
Mhm.
week.
Mhm.
Reason being that we want her to be social. We want her to
Right.
be socialized because the reason why we felt comfortable doing that, K Fit, and I'm gonna let you go because this ain't about me. But the
Mhm.
reason why we felt comfortable doing it is because she got so many cousins. And
Oh yeah.
she plays
Yeah.
with them so well, and she's
Yeah.
very social, and
Yeah.
she knows how to. Unless she's having a sensory issue,
Mhm.
you know,
Right.
you really can't even. tell that she's autistic. I hate to say it that way, but you can't,
Right.
because she's
Right.
high functioning, but she
Right.
will have her sensory issues.
Yeah.
Then you have to be consistent, and this with the
Oh
schedule and
yes.
stuff,
Oh
right?
yes.
And so we have
Yes.
to do school year our way. We have to do school
Same with him.
365.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because
You
if
know,
it's once that schedule changes and they get used to it, it is hell on wheels to change it back.
yeah,
He actually, we
yeah,
have a play group that we do. So he has a lot of social interaction, like a lot
mhm,
of it. And he'll kind of tell me when he does or doesn't want to do it. Like he'll
yeah,
say, I need space.
yeah,
We've gotten him to understand how to make certain demands and commands on his own based off
yeah.
of what he feels. So,
It sounds like you're doing a
um,
wonderful job.
well, thank you. I appreciate
That is
that.
awesome.
Um,
Cause you
I,
gotta love
I,
my
I
baby.
really appreciate that. I do.
You can tell that you are making an effort. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
many parents don't know what to do because they feel overwhelmed. And at first, my niece didn't know what she was gonna do. She was so overwhelmed. She was so brokenhearted. But we kind of got him in the schedule of things. She doesn't have to be. The thing with us is so many of us. She doesn't have to be overwhelmed because some lately it's always at somebody's house. You know,
Right.
and I told Lele I was going to evict her from my house because, honey, she flooded my bathroom one time.
Listen, I already know. Listen,
Girl, flooded my bathroom. Okay, fit. I couldn't believe it.
they're smarter than what you think they are. I woke up. I woke up one in the middle of the night. The washing machine was running. I was like, "What is going on?" I thought maybe I had left a load in there and did it half
Uh-huh.
sleep. No, he has. We actually do laundry together. Like
Uh,
put the clothes in. I teach him life skills, and he's watched me
yeah,
turn the washing machine on, so he decided to turn it on.
he was in there washing clothes, child.
Yep.
Oh,
Kate, Kate,
I
can you write in the
swear.
chat the channel, the second channel, because Corey can't find it.
It is, hang on, I'll tell you exactly what it is here. It is Cussin. It's gonna have a little C for Ronnie Q. Can I put it in the back chat? Will you be able to then copy and paste it?
Yeah, I'll be able to do that in the back chat.
Okay, I
Now
just put
put
it
your
in the back
link for
chat.
your second channel because I was back here trying to find it.
Okay, I put it in the back
Oh, that's it.
chat.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Okay,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
I'll be
Well,
Kate.
I'm
able to
about
drop.
I'm about to drop down because I'm off my schedule. I gotta walk Tiana, but
Gotta
I had to.
walk. I know when you be able to be about to drop. You gotta go walk. I know your
Yeah.
schedule. I'm on your schedule too.
Uh-oh.
Thank you for coming
Okay.
up, Miss Toby. I
It
had a
was nice
ball.
talking to you. Have a good day. Hey,
Bye.
Mrs.
Bye,
O. I
Miss
didn't say hi
Toby.
to you. Hey,
Lady, that's
Mrs.
okay,
O. Have
love.
a
I
good
came up
day.
here to say, just
Bye
came up here
bye.
once to say one thing to Kate Fit, honey. Got carried away talking about that baby.
No, no
No, he was
problem.
definitely the star of the show last night. He took the
No.
show over last night. Okay,
Yeah,
he wanted to
that's all
talk.
right.
He wanted
That's
to
all
talk.
right. Yeah. So he was up doing the laundry though.
Yeah, I was
That's
like,
all right.
I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Close," and I said, "Oh gosh," I said,
He is
"You have to wait
good.
with mommy, okay? Like you,
Right?
it was no, because he can't reach the detergent or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
So it was just he was running. He wanted to hit the buttons because it's the Samsung washer. It's what do you
That
call
has
it?
the melodies and stuff. Has the
That's what he
sound.
likes. That's
Uh huh.
what he
Mm-hmm.
likes. So
Mm-hmm.
he's pushing the buttons to make it sound, and then he hears the vibration of the wash machine. And so he was just
Yeah.
like, okay, like I
That's
like
good for his
this.
sensory too. He likes it. It
Cruiser,
stimulates him.
Yes.
cruiser.
Mm.
Yes, it's me. It's
Hey
me.
Okay.
Cruza.
Good
Yeah, it
morning.
stimulates him. But my
It
niece, she
does.
loves good water, of course. And so we started, she likes my so we started letting the dog come in the house, when she's around because he will alert her. He started doing this on his own. He'll alert her, alert us when she in the house creeping around because we don't mind her in the house. You gotta sleep. You know what I mean? She can do what she want to do, but we just make sure that everything is dangerous is out of her way when she over here. And so
Right.
she got socks with her, which is that big old Rottweiler. And if anything happened, he'll come in and nudge us or start barking or something like that. But child, that Lele is so messy. You got to go to sleep.
Oh, they can stay up.
She be upstairs, she be downstairs. When you give her medicine, she'll go sleep for a couple of hours. You think it's like safe to go sleep. She just to be doing everything.
Yeah, no. He's actually getting a therapy dog. They're actually training the dog. Well, they,
Oh, good.
I,
Okay.
he's, they're gonna get he's gonna get a golden doodle. It takes a year for them to train it.
Mhm. Don't you
And
know my dog trained his? He just started. He just like Lele. He don't like me per se,
that's
but
the
he
way it
want
be though, right?
he
They're gonna
want
try.
attention. The
Yeah,
dog.
they get the dog young. They literally handpick it for exactly what he
That's
needs, and because he's a
awesome.
sensory
Yeah,
seeker, they'll teach
yeah,
them sensory things like laying on him and
yeah,
just other preventative measures to make sure he doesn't run and make just a
yeah.
lot of different things. And
Mhm.
he'll be able to go
That
with the
is
dog
perfect.
everywhere. Hmm.
Yeah, that is perfect. That's his friend. That'll
Yeah.
be his best friend. You know what I mean?
Because I ain't having
Yeah.
no more children, so mm-mm.
Girl.
Right now, as of today,
Child, you shouldn't
Uh-uh.
have said that. You should.
as of
My
today.
mama say,
Hey,
never
no.
say never. You'll do it
No,
before
no,
your
no, no,
next trip
no.
to the
That dog is gonna
bathroom.
be it.
You heard me
Mm-mm.
pour down my throat. I'm like,
See,
Mm-mm.
when
I'm
my
okay.
when my little brother came when I was 14 years old, from a mother who was like thought she was done. You never know. Never say never.
I ain't got
Yeah, but
no proof. I know
I
you
got a
right up
sister
in
that's
that
7 years
thing.
below me.
Hmm.
Now, son will come out.
Hmm.
They'll
But
jump
we'll
out of
take your
nowhere
word
when you
for it
can't
right
do it.
now. I have 3 kids and said I wasn't gonna have none. So
Cruiser,
go do the math on that.
no, no, no.
Do the math on that one.
When
This one is like 3 and 1. I'm like, it's like having 3 kids with him. It's like
Ooh,
3 and 1,
child.
so I'm okay. I am all right. No, no,
Yeah,
no.
I remember those days when my son was younger, honey.
Phew.
Talking about, and you know what would be fun is to do. Is this is something I've never had a desire to do before because the beef sector is so freaking ignorant that they use certain things as a drag and they don't realize some of the joys of it. But
Right.
the mothers to get together and tell, cute little funny things. And it's some of the good and some of the bad. I raised 3 kids and only one of them was autistic. And I could tell you some interesting stories about Joshua and how, in ways that he was easier than the others, and then in ways that he was more difficult than the others. But I'm gonna tell you what, when he was younger, 2 and 3 years old, we couldn't keep him in anything. He could climb a fence. He didn't
Mm-hmm.
mind falling on the other side. He can
Mm-hmm.
open the door. I mean, he was like Houdini. I don't care. We
Yep.
we put the latches up higher. He'll pull a chair, pile up, and he knows because they don't require much sleep. They know to get up at night when you sleep. So I have taught
Listen,
myself. I don't. I to this day I don't sleep in a deep sleep.
I-
Because I taught myself not to. Um,
you must have got a phone call, huh?
she got a phone call.
She's right. When
Yeah,
he was smaller, when he was a toddler, I used to sleep in the living room because the
yeah,
boy would be in the pantry getting cookies and
yeah,
doing all kind of stuff. Like, I
yeah,
mean, literally, be in the refrigerator, like all kinds of stuff, and it used to
yep,
scare me. Like, is he gonna
And
get into something?
yep,
I want to know.
Hmm.
Yeah, that could really be helpful to parents, and we like to tear each other down. That then build each other up, and it's the good and the bad, and the milestones, just like regular kids, milestones.
Maybe
To
I'll do a live one day where people
yeah,
can
I want
gather
to.
around and tell their mommy stories.
yeah. They
because
just
I
Um,
like
move
to
them
encourage.
forward.
I have a question.
yes.
I'm sorry, Miss Cruiser and Olivia.
Mhm.
At what see, I don't know any of this thing. I'm a novice.
Hmm.
At what age is it usually, since I have you guys up here, is it usually detected by physicians? What age
Well,
range
Every
the
state is
autism?
different as when they will diagnose it, right?
yeah,
But it's typically right before that third birthday is when generally you see when they will diagnose it, because at one, I knew something was up. I knew something was up, and I just had to. I was raising questions early, and I had to document it. And once I documented it, and it based upon insurance too, right?
Mhm.
They wouldn't let the referral for the um, pediatrician behavioral specialist to see him. So I had to literally wait, right, like he was like 2.5, I would guess, like right before he turned 3 was when I was able to get it. And literally it's like a 2-hour test. They're in there doing different things with them and trying to figure out different things. They're in there with toys, with books, with commands, like all of that. And I took a lot of video, and I had a notebook full of stuff. And she just was like, yo, you pretty much diagnosed your son yourself. But early intervention is better because they'll try to say, oh, it's a speech delay. And sometimes it is just a speech delay, right? But it's okay to go get it checked out. I mean, when I got the news, it hit me hard. Like I was blaming myself. But then I had to snap out of it and say, okay, I may have wanted these things for my child, but it's not about me. It's about him. What does his life look like, and how can I best support him in his journey and in his growth and in his progression? So that was my journey. He was right at like 2.5, right? Like maybe a little bit older than 2.5, but it was before he was 3.
But it was earlier for us, only because I work with social services,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed that Lele, she wouldn't give you eye contact, and there
Yep.
were certain actions that she wouldn't do, like crawl when she was a baby, and so we did have to wait until she was old enough to be tested. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of had already figured out that it was
Yep.
something going on. You know what I mean? And but we did, get the diagnosis, and everything. And for us, it was kind of like, um, I told my niece, and when I say us, it's because she really does have a village. And my niece was blaming herself as well. She would cry all the time, and she didn't
Yep.
understand why. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because she was an older daughter, and so she got diagnosed, and she was moving a little slower, but we immediately started getting her therapy, start doing what it is that the pediatrician asked us to do. We started doing some stuff on our own. As you know, K Fit, I'm sure you do stuff on your own.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't always let the pediatrician or the therapist dictate to you what it
Nope.
is that you need to do for your child, you know. And so we kind of start doing stuff on our own, and the first thing that we did, when it comes to the other children, was even though sometimes autistic kids, they are very good by themselves, and so we would always put her with the other children. And so when we did that, and they started to know that she was special, So they
Right.
would say, "Come on, Lele, do this, Lele, kick the ball, Lele, get up, Lele," and they really are the ones that kind of taught her to walk, because she wanted to play with them in her own way. And so she was do her therapy and just everything regular, but she had other people to play with. So that's the only thing that was different about us. She got diagnosed a little earlier, and that's the only reason why.
Miss
But you
Cruiser,
did
Miss
absolutely right.
Cruiser,
You just have to document. Yeah.
what you want to add, Miss Cruiser?
With my son, it was 30 years ago. So it was a little bit different because
Different.
it wasn't as heard of. So I never got the opportunity to really get upset about it. I had to jump right in and find out what it was, what I needed to do, and all of those things, because when they said it, I vaguely understood what they were saying. Um,
Let me ask you something, Miss Cruiser.
mhm,
Hold it right there.
mhm.
What is the other word that they have for before they started calling it autism? I
I don't
think it
know.
was another.
Asperger's.
Yes. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Miss
Okay, I
Cruiser.
didn't know that. But they
They
so
used to
with
call
him,
children like mongoloid, and you talking about back in the day,
No, 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 no. I'm not
mongoloid,
talking about. I'm not. No,
retarded.
I'm not talking about mentally retarded because that's it was another medical term that they use. I'm not talking about
Okay. Oh,
mentally.
a medical term. I thought you just meant like
Yeah. No, no, no,
in
no, no, no.
speaking.
not
No,
the
Yeah.
I meant
ignorant
the
folk.
medical term.
But
Yeah.
he was when I started noticing different things. Again, it was difficult because it wasn't a whole lot known about it. But when I started noticing different things, was that he was not seeming interested in speaking, and he wasn't very social. It was just certain people that he wanted to be around. Um, and so I started kind of noticing things. But his dad was like, "Oh, he's just a man. That's a boy. That's a boy child." For him, everything was a boy child. He started walking when he was 10 months. So that was another thing that threw off the pediatricians because in some ways he was way ahead of the game.
Uh-huh.
And in but for me, some of his cognitive skills were advanced, and but then a lot of his social skills, even as an infant, to me, wasn't. Even though he was my first child, I used to go summers to keep my nephew, so I knew kind of some things just wasn't looking the same. Um, but he was at 18 months is when they really started looking at, okay, 18 months, he's still not talking. So now we really got to start looking at what's going on. And I was pushy. I was a military mom, stay at home, so I had a lot of time on my hand, and I was very, very pushy. Early intervention is very important. I encourage parents, listen, if
Mhm.
your child has a small delay, hear me out. I don't care. The ignorant people can drag me for what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna tell it. If your child have any type of delays, if you have any type of concerns, you be your child's advocate and you push and you push and you push and you look and you push. And putting a child in early intervention, when you first put them in there, there's they have them mixed in with a lot of different types of children. I don't know, that's what 30 and 27 years ago. But they have it mixed in. Some people think, well, if I put my child with this type or that child type, it's going to cause them delay. No, it's not. It's going to put them ahead. I'm talking about my experience because my son is autistic. He went through early intervention. He was in school by age 2. Okay. Getting occupational therapy, speech therapy, and everything else they offer for autistic kids. My daughter, when I had my daughter, um, I don't know whether I saw some things in her or whether I was scared. Okay. Her speech was slightly delayed, but we found out later on that she could talk. She just wasn't because her brother didn't talk and she wanted to do whatever her brother did. But guess what I did? I had her put in early intervention too. Now, my daughter graduated with honors and went to Wingate, a private PWI on a scholarship academic scholarship. So obviously, there's nothing wrong, right? But I don't regret putting her in early intervention because I feel like it gave her a good push. Now, some people may say, she didn't need it, but it gave her a good push. So if there was some delays, I was getting ahead of it. What I'm saying to you parents is stop being upset and shame or whatever it is. If you see something early, do something early because it's going to be better for your child in the long run. I
Yeah,
believe
but
that's why my son is as independent as he is. Now he's still autistic, and he still don't speak. And they changed the term from nonverbal because people hear nonverbal and they think they can't speak, and that's not the case.
oh
Either
no,
they
no, no,
use
no.
no words or use minimum words, but they can speak or they can talk. But my son, even though he doesn't talk, he's very independent,
Mm.
extremely. Um,
But Miss Cruiser, do you
mhm,
think that some of that is stubbornness also?
is what?
Because we know that some stuff is not attributed to autism. My niece, she real stubborn, and sometimes if she don't want to do it, she just don't want to do it, just cause
Yeah,
that's her personality.
some of it's personality.
Yeah.
It's person, and there's an obvious difference between autism in boys and autism in girls, in my opinion.
Mm.
But yeah, some of it is, some of it is
What
personality
do you
because
think some of the differences are, if you don't mind me asking?
um the boy seems to have the boy autistic, and y'all can correct me because I love to be corrected. They seem to have less physical issues
Mm.
than girls. Usually, the boys are very athletic,
Mm.
extremely strong. Like I said, at 2 years old, my son could climb a fence, and take off running. You
Mm.
had to get over that. I mean, you had to be. It's a wonder I'm thick because I was with him all the way up to age 14. Now when he got 14, 15, that joker got lazy, but I was constantly chasing him. And his dad was deployed a lot. I was married to a military man, so
Mm-hmm.
I was constantly, after him, and I had 3 kids, so. But they seem boys from what and somebody can correct me, but boys seem to be stronger, have less physical, if usually no physical issues.
Mm-hmm.
Um, along with it, where I see with the girls, they do have some like delays in walking, delays in
You're
crawling,
correct, Cruiser.
delays in
Correct.
upper body strength, stuff like that.
Can I
Yes.
ask a question? Is
Yes.
there a brighter uh, uh, people, boys or girls? What is the ratio, or is it about equal?
That
Well,
I don't know.
here's the thing. Girls mask it better than boys do.
Mm.
So then girls typically get their diagnosis is delayed because they're able to mask it better than boys. So I'm not sure, but I do know it is higher rates in Black boys. I do know that
Yes.
there is a higher rate, but I think that goes, hand in hand with the fact that girls have the ability to mask it more, so it goes undetected for a
Mm.
lot longer amount of time.
You know
I
what?
Does,
I can agree with that. I
hmm
can agree with that. When
yeah.
it comes to
okay.
lady, like I said, if you don't know her, and like she just walking in Walmart, right? She not spazzing out or nothing. You wouldn't even know that she was autistic.
Most all children you would know is autistic.
Right.
That's
Mm.
like I've never seen a child that was autistic who wasn't very
No, I mean,
very
some
cute, a
kids,
very cute kid.
autism, they some of them, some kids are so bad off that they can't even walk,
And
wheelchair down. It's just like really, really bad. But it sounds like all of our kids are high functioning, but there
but
are some kids.
isn't that some underlying also issues with them who are just
When you have
totally,
the level 5 autism, when you move to that level 5, they tend to have other disabilities paired with it.
yeah, yeah, that's
That
what I
have
mean.
come. I have a friend who
Right.
has a 19-year-old. He'll never be able to live on his own. She has to have a nurse in the house with
He
her.
has to wipe diapers and the whole nine.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
that,
and when you
yeah.
see him out, you can almost immediately tell he has a disability. And that's just because there are body languages and positions,
Right.
things that he does that are very
Mhm.
obvious, right?
Right. That's
That,
what I mean.
there is a disability there. Only
Yes.
time you can really tell my son is if he's stimming. That's really the only time. Because for the
Mhm.
most part, people don't even, they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah. Because he does things so well. Like he has fine motor skills, right? He has a
Right.
lot of those, but that attributes to going to occupational therapy. He
Yeah.
can completely dress himself. He's
Mhm.
been using the bathroom by himself since 2,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
again, if you jump in it early and just stick with it, it'll
Yeah.
be like a light switch that goes
Yeah.
off. You have to stick with it.
Yeah.
And challenge them. They will meet it, right?
Yes. Yes.
Um, but
Mhm.
if you don't challenge them and you baby them, you can
Yep.
potentially progress some of the inability to do things, if that makes
Yep.
sense.
I
Yep.
Um,
had it. I had
mhm.
an aunt. This is back in the '70s, so it was like, and I want to clear up something. When I was saying, don't they have another word for it? Uh, as far as I know, what is called mental retardation is not a form of autism. That is a whole different illness. Am I right about that? Because these are not the same illnesses.
No, they're not the same because
Yeah,
actually, um, most autistic people, they're borderline geniuses, and the reason
right.
why is they use 40% more of their brain,
Yep.
which is why they overstimulate. So a lot of people ask me, and I narrow it down like this: when you go in a Target, what do you hear? You really can't name the things that you hear, right? Outside
But
the
but
obvious
right,
when you
right.
think.
What
Mhm.
what what that my husband just told me that
Mm.
my, my husband just told me that it's called IDD. They don't call it that anymore. That it's called IDD. So I don't want people to think that I was saying that the other name was, no, it's not that. I understand that it to be two diagnoses. That's what I want to be
Um,
clear.
Right.
y'all, real
So,
quick before my daughter,
go
real
ahead.
quick before my daughter leave, I just told her. I said, "You want to share anything about being a sibling of an autistic child?" And what did you say, Courtney? The butthole. She said the boy was a butthole. She's not helping. The two of them, they are y'all. How many years apart? Like 6, 8 years. Is it 8? Like 6, I think. 6 or somewhere between. She's about to turn 24 and he's 30, so that I guess that's 6. But anyway, they argue all the time, and she thinks that he fakes a lot of stuff. Anyway, sorry for interrupting.
He
But
bakes
I
a lot
asked,
of stuff.
so your daughter, but it's important to say, Cruiser, also, and I'm sure when it comes to your daughter and your son, she treats him exactly like she would treat anybody else.
Mhm.
Both of them do, and he
Yeah,
treats them like he's the big brother. He's
yes,
bossy.
yes.
He tells, especially the one, my middle child, the one that's right. They're barely 2 years apart,
Mm-hmm.
and especially the two of them. He really runs. She does whatever he say. He's the boss.
Yes, yes.
But with
Yeah.
my youngest daughter, yeah, they don't get along. She was the one who figured out he could read. She called me one day at work and say, "This ninja," she used the other word, "can read, Mama." I'm looking right at him. She was the one that would catch him doing things that he didn't want anybody else to see.
Yeah.
She was the one who pushed and pushed and pushed to find
Mm-hmm.
a college, a school that he could go to. She even had him at her school one time and got real mad because he would not cooperate with things that she knew he could do.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, if you want to have another kid, that's the joy is in the on
Yeah.
one side you're gonna have somebody that's gonna push them to greatness. On the other side, you're gonna see
Yeah.
them argue all because the two of them argue all the time.
Yeah, I think it stimulates autistic children when they have, even if it seems like they don't want to be bothered, they really want to be bothered. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And
Mhm.
when it comes to Lele and her sister is older than her, but she is clearly the boss. Okay, she is the
Now
boss of the situation.
I
And
have
when it
a
comes to the boys in her, they always say, "Come on, Lele." They push her, to do more physical activities and stuff like that. So that's why I asked, what you felt like the difference was between the boys and the girls, because I think that the boys push her to be more physical, you know,
now
and so yeah, that's why I asked that question.
now my cousin who was diagnosed. I was trying to remember the diagnosis that they said back then. I think it was Asperger. So they didn't know a lot about it back then, and even when um, my cousin's wife tried to explain it, she was like at a loss for what was wrong with her son. And but it was so many times, and that's when cell phones were in their infancy, that she would have to pull over on the side of the road because he was attacking her and she couldn't drive. She was, it was just she really had a bad time. That's when he was a toddler, and then she got the diagnosis, and then it was like, no, this is something. He's just not a bad kid. No, so there's something really wrong. So she got diagnosed. Now he has his own store. He manages his father's apartments. His father gets some apartments built. They have a big house on a lot of land, and like his mother goes to church all the time, and then periodically she'll say the congregation could come and go fishing on their land and do a barbecue and something. And that little sucker, when he find out that they are going to go fishing, he'll go out there and feed the fish so they wouldn't catch fish in the land. I mean, he is real
Oh, they're
independent.
smart.
Yeah,
Mhm.
real
My
smart.
son is he's a practical joker like that.
Uh,
Uh, we bought a car one time, brand new car, and the alarm kept going off. And it was like, what's going on? Something wrong with this car. So we, was thinking, okay, we got to take this sucker back. It's defective. Of course, it was my baby girl who caught my son going to get the key, hit the thing, and run off. So and something else that if you piss him off, uh, he does things that just make you mad, just make you mad. He comes over here when he wants to. Just he's a grown man. Do what you want. But when he come over here, I got to turn off all secular music. I can only play gospel. Okay. He want to choose when I
uh-huh.
play. He don't want me online because he don't want me, even though he ain't gonna talk to me, paying no attention to me, but he don't want me paying no attention to anything else. Just him. But one day I made him mad, and that joke. Oh, I was so hot. I made him pay for it too. He turned, pulled the sink up and turned the water on. So I was like, look, we're not doing that. You better be glad you ain't flood my floors. But yeah, he
My bathroom done got flooded. I tell you that.
Yeah, he does things like, he loves practical jokes, and we don't know, where that comes. We don't know whether that's the autism or just his personality, because his personality alone is a
Yeah,
little bit,
yeah.
he got some ways. You don't know what is the autism and what is him. But my son is. Oh, I could tell stories all day long.
Is he
He's a
on his
mess.
own, Miss Cruiser?
He No, he doesn't live with me. He
Okay.
lives. He lives with his dad. Kind of. The house is in a way that they can go a couple of days and not see each other, because
Mm-hmm.
if he's downstairs in the guest room, which where he moved himself to when he was about 24.
Uh-huh. Okay.
He just started taking his things and moving it there, and that's
All
where he's
right.
been. And so the way the house is made up, which is why my husband kept the house even after we split, is that
Uh-huh.
if you're in the guest area, then you're pretty much by yourself. So because he can, prepare his own foods,
Mm-hmm.
he know how to just do the alarm and go out and take his walks and come back. He has well, right now, yeah, he's back working, because during the pandemic, a lot of the autistic people lost their jobs and things, but
Oh,
he's back
why
working
has it
now.
affected him so much?
Huh?
It messed up his schedule.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, a lot of places, they really love the autistic people working there. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of companies, they know
Mm-hmm.
they're coming in, they know they're going to do their work.
Mhm.
It's just a lot of things. So getting them back in was pretty easy. But yeah, it's a lot of things. And I'm gonna tell you this: that boy is a blessing to his daddy.
Mm.
A big blessing to his daddy. His daddy, ain't old, but he's a little
Mhm.
older. He's 61
Mhm.
years old.
Okay.
And the military take something out of you when you're a career military. And
Oh,
my son helps him a lot, a lot.
oh,
I'm
oh,
pretty
oh.
sure the boy can drive. I'm pretty sure he do drive. They just don't tell me.
Mhm. Oh, they'll tell you.
Shoot, my
Oh, it's some
cousin,
things. No, they don't tell me some things, honey.
my cousin, he was driving four wheelers when he was about 7 years old, all over their land and stuff. He drives everything, tractors, all types of stuff, and yeah, he's very mannerable. But like you guys were saying about their how they interact with in social settings.
Mm.
I remember I hadn't seen Smudgy since he was about 12 years old. And then we went to a family funeral, and I looked at him, and he looked so handsome and so cute. And I was like, oh, Smudgy, you look so good. And then I went up there, and I just out of impulse, hugged him. And then he hugged me back. And then his father was like, oh, and he said, Brian Q, that's you. I said, yeah, Smudgy, you remember me? And then he said, well, Ronnie Q, Smudgy must really love you, because Smudgy just don't usually hug people. And I was like, and then I was like, I didn't even know that. But yeah, so
Mhm.
it's
Well, all
something.
these years of thinking you had a bad spirit, I guess I was wrong, because
Mhm. You know what I mean? Now, I agree with that,
I
Cruiser. I
guess
think that,
something.
and I know it sounds crazy, but we live in my family home, my grandmama's home, right? And my niece would be in there talking, like in the middle of the night, and you would think she crazy, but I think she talking to her ancestors. Like I
Mm-hmm.
really do, praying and every damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because them kids can see what we can't see, but that's just kids in general when they small, you know. And but yeah, I think she be talking to her people, so we just don't even bother with it. You know what I
And
mean?
you if you think about it, like people our age, Olivia and Miss Cruiser, around our generation, with it being not being diagnosed, you can think about people in your past. They never left their mama. They always the care person to their mama, and they're not mentally, what is that IID, my husband said, but they can talk, they can do things, they're helpmate to their parents, but they're always there. And it's just something, it's just like a little twitch in them. It's different. And you
Mm.
you can see that in old people that you like known in the past. Have you connected that, Miss Cruiser?
yeah, it's I can't even think of his name right now, but a really good friend of mine, she has a brother, and this particular friend, we've been friends since childhood because her sister married my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
But her brother, God, I can't think of his name. It doesn't matter. He's always been what they call, oh, he's slow, or he's special. They used to say different things, and he's much older than me.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm older, I understand
Mm-hmm.
that he's autistic, and his uh, one of his sisters, he actually stays with her, and just what you describe about some people stay with their parents all their life, and he helps
Mm-hmm.
her now, like little physical things that she can't do because he's about 15 years, I think, younger than her. Little physical things that she can't do, things she need to remember. He's very helpful to her. He's never lived on his own. When their parents passed, and he went to stay with sisters, and now he with one of the other sisters to help her. But thinking back, I'm thinking, okay, he was never diagnosed, but he's autistic, obviously.
Mhm. Exactly. I know some old people like in the country, like when I used to visit my grandmother, and I yeah, that like brings back such memories because he was just like a good man, and he was right there with his mom, and he could talk and communicate and things like that. But yeah, it just they kind of gave me a chill to think about our cousin back there in the rural South. So yeah, it's like you think about the generations of people who didn't understand what was going on with their children, and to it fast forwarding now that you guys have so much support and stuff. It's just like a beautiful thing with the diagnosis and the therapy and treatment for this to help them live a more independent life. It's just wonderful.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm
you
gonna
know
tell
the
you,
thing
after you
about
get
that is
through
people
puberty,
always
it
made a
gets so
way
much
though.
easier to raise autistic children.
What'd you say, Cruz?
Oh, I was saying, I'm sorry, my daughter said something. Once you get through puberty, I like to encourage people, because I know sometimes it's a little bit more difficult when they're younger, to do things. But once they get past puberty, puberty is only a hard stage because it's some things that they don't understand, and
Mm.
unfortunately, some of them start having seizures because of it, but it's temporary.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm.
but once you get
Really?
past that, it seems from
Yes.
there on, it just seems like a breeze. Like my son is the easiest of my three children. I assure you, I don't have to worry about him being in my pockets. Where you at? Bring my car back here. He's the
What we
easiest.
were worried about, what we were worried about when it comes to puberty, at first, because girl, she's still gonna have her menstruation and all of this and all that, because she gonna be 12, and whenever eventually it's gonna happen. The doctor already told us everything's
Mhm.
the function is still the functions. But when it comes to puberty, the one thing that we were worried about, and I'm just saying this in case anybody in the chat got girls and they not at puberty yet, but we were worried about, how would she deal with the menstrual cycle and all this and all that. Well, there is a shot that they're going to give her, and she won't have, but she won't have to deal with a period or anything like that. So we were worried about that because she goes to school and she real active and stuff. So that's what we were most worried about when it came to puberty. But we've never heard that, and I'm gonna ask her doctor, would she have seizures?
Well,
Or,
not all don't
yeah.
have them. Because I know a lot that didn't, but nobody
Mhm.
told me. So when my son had one when he was 16,
Well, no, I
we
appreciate you
we
telling me
we
that
didn't
because I
know
never
what
heard
was
that
going
before.
on because nobody told us. I mean, a lot of things that I hit, we didn't know. Shoot,
Yeah.
cut me off.
Well, all I know is it's good to talk to someone because your son is 30 years old right now,
Hmm.
and we never had a child in his family, that has been autistic. We have never had any type of mental disability in this family. And so we are kind of riding blind to it. And so it was good to hear you say something like that because I picked up on it. I'm like, okay, so let me tell my niece so we can ask the doctor about it. But it's good to hear you talk about it because your son is 30 years old now, and I kind of want to know what's going to happen in the future,
Yeah,
So
and I
thank
mean,
you for
and just like
mentioning that.
other kids, they flirt, they get crushes on people. Well, my son. Let me speak for my son. My son did, and I ain't like none of them healthers. Um,
Mm.
but one little fast one. It was about 5 or 6 years ago. My sister was dating a guy, and he came over for Christmas dinner with the family and brought his sister. My son was flirting with her, walked her out to the car, went and got her a drink. I was like, I know what. Next time I want a drink, you better trot your ass in there and get it. Um,
Uh-oh.
but didn't like her either. But yeah, they go through all of those, everything,
Yeah.
that anyone else do is kind of the
Yeah.
same, except for, you have
Well,
to watch out for different things. But when Jack said no thank you last night, honey, it made me miss when my son was younger. He said, no thank you. I don't care who you
He's a
talking to.
mess.
I'm gonna
That
do
thing
my
is a
thing in
mess.
my house.
Right.
Them
Cause
people don't live
I'm in
here.
his house. Listen, I'm in his house. That's it.
Right.
He is a
okay.
whole mess.
This
Okay.
my house, my space. I'm over here playing by myself. I ain't bothering them.
Okay.
He looking at me like, why are you in here? Like, go find somewhere
And then
else to go.
we would get the attitude in the chat. Ain't nobody bothering.
Yes, they
Okay.
was jumping me in the chat last night. They was like, no, let him go. So
Yeah,
what?
let
He
him
in
go.
his
Let him
house.
do him. Right. I know that's right.
Okay.
I
Let me
know
say
that's
this.
taking. I bet you such a good mommy. You got
I
got such a good sweet spirit about yourself, baby.
I try. But I have grown to really enjoy the journey because when you get it at
Yeah.
first, it's such you are overwhelmed with everything that they won't be able to do or potentially can't do and what's wrong, so you're
Yeah.
overwhelmed with that and it's hard to find the beauty in it, right?
Yeah.
But then once you settle down and realize it's not your fault, and
Yes.
there's more beautiful things in it than it is negative, and every child
Yeah.
has its challenges regardless of
Yeah.
whether they have a diagnosis or not. Everybody has their
Yes.
challenges. Once
Yes.
you find that out, like, that is like my little bestie. I call him my little broke best friend all the time.
Yeah.
We have just such a really good relationship.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I just love him like to
And that's
pieces.
your son.
I just couldn't, I just couldn't do life without him. I remember it's hard for me to remember what it was to not have him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
even when I went to Houston, I was going through the airport lost because I'm used to traveling with him. I was like, this is weird.
Looking
And I'm
around
like,
and everything.
and he's living his best life. He wasn't thinking about me. He was in my mom's because my mom has a pool in her backyard. He was back there in the pool with her, living his best life, wasn't thinking about me at all. And I'm like, hey, boo. And he's
Oh,
like,
girl, if he was in the
hey, and
pool, he
go
didn't
back
care
in
if
the
you was gone.
water. He didn't
You,
care. Like,
yeah.
he did
Yeah,
not
you sound
care.
like
But
my niece. When Lele is gone, she be missing or something, and she won't see her for a couple of weeks. Cause these kids, they circle around wherever they land at night. That's where they stay. You know what I mean?
Now,
mm-hmm.
being
And
some
so
point
ain't
where,
no telling where
oh,
she gonna be. And my niece be missing her. But Lele, she not trying to have that. She not trying to stay at home unless she want to be at home. And
now
it's a
being,
personal issue with her mama and her. I be like, Lord have mercy, y'all a mess. It's a mess.
Ronnie Q, you were about to say something? Did we lose her?
Uh-oh.
I
But
think
thank
she.
you so much, Cruiser, for coming up because I be wanting to know what to expect in the future. You know what I mean?
I thought my mic was on. I'm sorry. Yeah. Beans and Cornbread wants to know this question. Did you have any difficulty finding a caregiver or respite care so that you could take time and take care of yourself?
Um, it is difficult, but I always say let your child. Luckily, I was able to find it through his ABA services, right? So I get that break. That's why he goes to ABA on Saturday mornings. I
Mm,
get that nice 5 hour break on Saturday mornings where I can kind of do whatever. It is tough, but I always, even with therapists, let your child lead you. They'll tell
yeah,
you whether they mix with that person or not.
yes.
They're way more. Their
Mm, mm,
emotional intelligence, their IQ is a lot higher than ours.
yes.
With that, they can spot danger way well
Sure can.
before
Yes, they can.
um like we can. And I think I've told this
Mm-hmm.
story before, but
They can see them
when
demons.
we lived in a high rise at one time, and he was only maybe about two, right? And before COVID, when you would order pizza, you know how you would let the pizza man kind of in your foyer a little bit to pay them and
Right.
then exchange of the
Mhm.
pizza. So that's what I was doing. He kept closing the door on the guy. He kept closing the door on the guy over and over. And mind you, he's only like two, right? He's closed the door, and I'm like, Jack, stop! Like, don't do that! Like, don't do that! Don't do that! Like, so I had to go out in the hallway and exchange the pizza. Well, concierge, 2 days later, there was a bulletin that went out. That said that very man was going into women's homes and raping them.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
God.
Yeah.
He could
That's
Wow.
see
why I
them
said. That's
dead.
why I made that joke to Ronnie Q when she said that her was it your cousin that hugged you?
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Because it
Yep.
seems like they can pick up bad people, bad
Yep.
spirits.
Yep.
There's certain
Yep.
houses Joshua ain't going in. He gonna sit on the porch. I'll be like, let me get up out of
Yep.
here. We if we went into church and he was acting like when we used to, go from when we used to get PCS, when we got orders to different places, we changed churches, and he was acting kind of off in that church, like let's get out of here. I'll be like, let's go. Pastor Joshua
Yeah.
say no. But they can. It's almost it's funny that they can
Yes.
pick up different things. And
Of
that's why I
course
said
he
that.
picked up I'm a
I
good
bet.
person, Cruiser.
I,
Of
you know, I,
course.
I'm, I'm,
Don't I
I'm just
eluded out
shocked.
here? Don't I eluded out here? I am, I, I'm a good
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, I agree with K Fit, Ed Cruz. I think they can see them demons in people, don't y'all? Some
Absolutely.
people can see behind.
Absolutely. They're
Yeah.
they're because they see things matter of fact. We always try to
Yes.
make an excuse or an exception or the benefit of the doubt for somebody,
Yes.
right? They don't.
The
It's black
autistic
and
people
white
don't.
for
Yeah.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The best way I explain it is you have the color green. We're the ones that say, "Oh no, it's hunter green or it's mint green." To them, it's just green.
It's good. Yeah.
Just like I had to get him a new speech therapist. One of his speech therapists he didn't jive with. And I kept saying, well, why is he having behaviors with you and nobody else? They just
Yeah.
didn't jive. And once I switched his speech therapist over, oh, he's speaking, she's the one that taught him sign language. He picked it up immediately. They just
Mhm.
gelled. And he just,
Yep.
not saying she's a bad person, maybe her delivery was not to his liking or whatever. I
Yes.
always follow his lead. When he gets antsy, I
Yes.
remove myself from wherever we are. If
Yep.
somebody is speaking to him and he gets a little like he's pushing back, I move completely away because I
Yes.
know he sees something beyond what I can see.
Yep.
And
Yep.
he's
I
not
agree.
desensitized to it. So they're
I agree.
very, very intuitive,
Yes.
natured people. They just are. It's just what it is. Even
I
when we
think that.
go looking for homes, I can tell. I can tell. We were apartment hunting not too long ago, and he was ready to leave out of the office, and I was like, okay, this is not going to work. Then the next one we went to, we were doing the tour of the actual unit. He took off his shoes and went and sat by the
Mm,
window and was calm, and I said, this is the one.
that's the
It
one.
Mm-hmm.
it just is what it is.
Yeah, taking
That
off the shoes. Yeah, that's
that
always
taking off him shoes, and then
take
when
it.
he goes and looks for
Hmm.
that bathroom and try to use that bathroom, that tells me everything I need to know. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
okay, because he won't use the bathroom everywhere either. He will
Yeah.
not. If he's
It's
not
funny how they
comfortable
have
with
so many
you,
similarities. You
yep.
was asking somebody. Oh, Corn Bean, that Bean person. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
remember names. Asked about childcare. We lived away from family. So if I would have been home, it wouldn't have been any problem because I got three sisters, my parents, aunts, uncles. I have a very large family. But we were stationed somewhere else, 4.5 hours away, and then when we went to Texas, even further than that. But I had when we were in Virginia, I had a teacher, his
Mm-hmm.
first teacher that he had. And they ended up moving him because, like I said, when they first put them in the early intervention, they mix them in, and then when they realize what they need, they'll probably take them out and put them somewhere else. So they took him out of her class. Her name is Lisa, and put him somewhere else. About it was a little over a week after he was out of her class, uh, she knocked on my door. It was like after like six something, and had his little jacket in his hand that I forgot that we left there, and that's her reasoning for coming by. And she wanted to see him, and she had a little attachment to Joshua, and we are still friends to this day. And
Mm.
her and her husband had no children, and they would take him sometimes for me and my husband to be able to go out and do things like date nights and things like that. And then when we were
I'm
stationed
gonna
in
have to drop
Texas,
down y'all to get my chat, my sound back. Somebody called me, but I'm gonna come back. Thank you, Ronnie Q. If you can hear me.
and then when we were in Texas, somebody, the church that we went to, the pastor's wife was a teacher of special needs, and we didn't meet her that way, but it just so happened that way. And so her daughters were a little bit older. They was used to special needs themselves, so they would help us out some. We wasn't really too big on anybody in Texas because we didn't know folks, but we would use her some. But and then when when he retired and we moved home, of course, there was no issue. We have family, a lot of family here. But family support is if you have a big family, that is very important. Like the way Kay was able to take her son to her mom's house, you know, that's a blessing. And he enjoyed himself there and not want to come home. That's a blessing. But when my son was a certain age, like until he got about 5 or 6, I didn't even want my mom keeping him because I felt like, well, she's never had an autistic child, and what if she can't catch him, and what if he loves water, so what if he go to water and she can't swim, and so my mom got real mad at me one time because I only had 2 kids at the time. I let her take my middle child to Disney World, and I wouldn't let her take Joshua. And she was very upset. She told me I raised 4 kids. She was upset with me. But I was like, but you ain't raised one that's autistic. I didn't say that to her, but that's the way I was feeling. But by the time that joker got about 6, 7, I was ready for him. Like, here, come on, get him, mom. Come on, get him.
Yeah, you know.
That Olivia, thank you for coming up. I heard you dropped off. I was away from the computer. My my tongue is just killing me this yesterday and today. Okay, so I appreciate Olivia coming up. Is there any last? Now this was a good conversation. I appreciate you guys for having the conversation because it really touch a lot of people's lives, and a lot of people don't have the answers, afraid to reach out to get the answers. I think that was a very uh, productive conversation. So, Miss Cruiser, would you like to have any last words?
One more interesting thing I would like to tell about my son. He taught himself how to play bass guitar. We didn't know for 3 years that he could play bass guitar very, very, very well.
There it
Um,
is.
I
but
love the bass guitar.
huh?
I love the bass guitar too. And how do you not know for 3 years he couldn't play the bass guitar?
he,
Of
he
all
likes to do things and we not, like he wasn't coming. We didn't have a guitar at home. He had one. They had one at school, and he would always,
Oh, okay.
get in the musical and do that. We thought he was gonna play the keyboards because he's like sit beside the keyboard player at church. So he thought, okay, he gonna pick that up. But anyway, um, I hope that we can do this again. Mothers get together and speak. On different one who have maybe a daughter and a son and older and younger, because people come to my email in my inbox all the time, saying, don't tell anybody, but I have a niece, or my child is autistic, and want to ask different questions and what to expect or what should I do about this. And if we could talk openly about it and take all the ignorance off of it, and just then, that would really encourage people and help people, because autism is becoming more, I don't want to use the word popular, but you're seeing
It's
it
just
more and more.
diagnosed now, right?
Hmm.
It's just there is an actual diagnosis code for it. So that's why we hear about it more, and the right people are now like kind of speaking out. People are not as ashamed of it as they once were. And I'm really thinking about maybe doing a live specifically for a space for anybody that wants to come ask questions. There's no judgment. We can talk about it, because it's not. I wish people would stop thinking it's something so bad. There's some of the most loving people you will meet. They're funny, they're fun. They just communicate different. That's really what it is. And they process things differently. And it's okay to learn. Actually, they're actually ahead of us, if you really want to be honest. Their minds are far beyond ours. They just process it differently. And it's okay, right? It's okay. Um, if you have an autistic child, it is fine. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with your womb. There's nothing wrong with any of that. You didn't do anything wrong. And it's not so much as something wrong with them. They just process it differently. And we've got to take, especially in the Black community, we've got to take that stigma off of it, because the more you know, the more you grow, and the more you can be supportive and be what your child needs, not what everybody's telling you your child needs to do. And to be able to advocate for your child, because they know when they see me, we can't tell her nothing. Like, no, you can't. You're not going to throw me around, because I'm going to ask the questions. I show up for my parent trainings. I do a lot of research. I talk to other moms. I talk to other professionals. I have a great relationship with his head therapist, and we talk weekly. I have it on. We have a weekly meeting for an hour where we get down to the get down, the ugly, the good, the bad, the middle gray area, all of that stuff. So, you know, I hate that people try to use it as a drag. I hate that people would come after children that have a diagnosis that they didn't ask for. Their life is challenging enough. There is no need for you to put your adult mouth on someone who has a disability. It is quite disgusting
On someone's child, period.
on someone's child,
Yeah,
period, right?
yeah,
It's quite
you to go
disgusting and
forward.
alarming, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it is what it is. And I hate for people to say, well, that's what it is, it is what it is. That says more about you if you're accepting of it.
Hmm.
It says way more about you if you're accepting of it. And I'm not going to be accepting of it at all. And I'm not going to sit here and shy away from what my son is, right? I'm not gonna, nobody's going to make me feel bad
And
because
shush you up.
right, nobody's going to do it. So I'm really heavily thinking about doing a roundtable, live, where we could just talk and have a good time. And, anybody can say what they want to, but it will be a safe space for us to come share stories, share ideas, any questions people might have. It will not be a bash session. Oh, you didn't know that. No, it is here to help and give moms a safe place to kind of maybe vent a little bit too, because there are days that I don't get it right all the time. There are days that, hell, just the other day I was in my closet crying because I was like, am I making the right choice? Right? With some things. And that's okay too. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. You're just having a tough
You're
moment.
human. You're
Yeah, you're
human.
human. You're just having a tough moment, and that is okay for it. So, I'm here for it. Ronnie Q, thank you for allowing us to have, this discussion. I appreciate that you provided a safe space for us to come to talk openly and freely. And Cruiser, you know how me and you roll, girl.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
I'll just
Ronnie Q,
say
once again, you use your platform for something that, not popular, but needed. So
Yeah.
we
I
appreciate you being so
appreciate
well rounded.
I
yes.
appreciate you guys for coming up here and having the discussion, and I'll be looking forward to your content, and we coming up here, having good ideas for what K Fit should do, and this, that, and the other. We got you busy, K Fit, so I'm glad that we have.
But it's all right. I take it in stride.
Yes,
Everybody's not going
yes,
to like what I do. And there are people that are going to like what I do. There are people that are not. And if you don't like what I do, you don't have to watch it. It's really that simple, right? It's just like a
really,
TV show that you're watching and you're like, this is not for me. Why stay there? Like that
hmm,
is the biggest thing. If you don't like someone, why stay there? Why torture yourself? You know what I mean? And be bothered with somebody. If I'm not your cup of tea, that's okay. I don't feel any type of way about it. It is quite all right. Somebody wants to say good morning to you. Say good morning. Good morning.
good morning, Jax.
And on that note, I will get down because my boss is in
Appreciate
the
it, ladies.
building. I'll
Thanks,
I'll
talk to
see
you
y'all
thanks
guys
for
around these
later.
YouTube
coming.
streets.
Thank you coming, Cruiser, and thank you coming, K Fit, Miss Toby, Miss Olivia, and Miss Toby, Miss Olivia, K Fit, Cruiser, Miss Toby. This is the first one. I think I got everybody. I always and Jax. Thank you for coming as well. I always forget somebody, but I think I got everybody's today. So I thank Choreo Lover, my mod, for being here through this whole long live. Thank you, Rennie, Miss Toby. Okay, so Okay, now let me tell you something. And I'm ending. Okay, so we had a very good conversation, and I appreciate the conversation, the information that has been shared on my channel today. But see, uh, people are watching. People are watching and already criticizing the conversation that you have heard today. But what the person who is criticizing it is not going to be able to say where any of these people who was giving out of advice, pointers, much needed information to the people who are participating in this live, not lingering over this live to look for something negative because you're a negative ass bitch. What the people who are engaged in this live for information, unlike your fucking hating ass, silly ass, restrained order ass is doing, they are enjoying the live. But what you're not going to be able to do about any of these people in this live is say that they drag children ever. So take you and your dingy ass somewhere else and apply that to people who do that. Yes, this is a space that this can happen. And this is a space that you can't open up to your motherfucking channel because you such a fucking insignificant dingy ass bitch. All right, so that's all I got to say. So go write that shit on your wall. Go put some timestamps on your motherfucking wall where you see any of the people who were up here giving this information, dragging somebody's kid, you dumb. Ugh. Okay, so I want this video to be monetized. So I thank all of you for participating and speaking out and listening. And I hope you guys have learned something. And that's it, and that's all. Okay, I enjoy the time I spent with you. Oh, there was someone else who sent the cash app. Something's wrong with my phone. I'm not trying to. Somebody sent Sandra. Thank you, Sandra, for the cash app. I thank Liz. I thank Lovely Love. I thanked Coco. I thank Cactus Blossom. Okay, so I thank all of you guys who sent me a cash app. I'm unable to send the heart in response. So I want to make sure that I thank everybody who supported the channel. If you want to support the channel, it's $ Ronnie Q. Breathe, Ronnie Q. Breathe. Thank you. Thank you, Minnie. Okay, so that's all I want to say. And I appreciate the conversation. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'll see you guys back tomorrow. And sometimes you always gotta grab a motherfucker up by their collar and lean them against the wall, but I do that to adults or people who should be adults, but sometimes you got to choke a bitch up. All right, guys, thank you for coming out. I hope you have a great day. God bless you and good night. And I really enjoyed my guests. Okay, I hope we can do this more often. Have a good day. Bye-bye.